Was my mic on the whole time when I was talking to Jackie?
The whole time.
Oh my gosh! I can't believe you
I can't believe you're talking about that.
I didn't even want to hear that. Now I cannot unhear it.
I know. I do not need to know any more about your butt pimples. Okay, buddy?
Damn, my mic was on. Well, that's embarrassing.
It wasn't on. I didn't hear a thing.
I know. I'm kidding.
Jahmez.
But seriously, I'm not kidding about the butt pimples.
I'm guessing right now. James has seen my butt, so he knows there's pimples there.
Hi, you're human. Everybody has butt pimples. The people that don't do porn, and they get their butts like polished for the porn scenes
and bleached.
That's different. It's a different department.
That's part of the fluffing department. I'm disappointed with my own jokes. I'm disappointed with myself. So bad. All right, let's get the show started. Oh God.
Who's Tater Bob?
That's Tyler's new nickname.
Okay. Doesn't really look like a Bob.
Distance nerding.
Hey, Jahmez. Ladies and gentlemen, it is that time. It is now time for the tacos and the tacos of the taco-ness. Ladies and gentlemen, it's Taco Tuesday. You know what that means. You are now watching or listening and experiencing distance nerding.
Part of the Comic-Con Radio podcast family. This Barbie is questioning her life choices. It's Jenn from Frey Comics.
This Ken is super stoked to be here. It's young Phil.
And this Ken wants what white fur coat? That white fur coat, yeah. It's Jahmez 5000. And we're here
to nerd.
To get.
I'm not saying any of it.
Together.
It's the Barbie month. It's been a year.
It has.
I thought those out. I changed them 3 times. And Phil can't be bothered to read it correctly?
Hey, my cold reading is messed up, okay?
Wow.
He is shaking like an angry vibrator, apparently.
Wow.
Yeah. That joke.
If you haven't seen the new Deadpool and Wolverine trailer titled Everyone, you need to watch it. Because it's a minute of heaven.
I'm shaking like an angry vibrator.
You better be holding.
Oh my goodness. We're talking about anything pop culture, news, movies, food, music, wrestling, comics, vibrators, whatever you're nerding out on. We want to talk about it.
Now, ladies and gentlemen, follow us on all the places on Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, Twitch, Threads, YouTube, Discord, all of it at Distance Nerding. And of course, if you want to send us an email, you have that chance. All you got to do is head over to your email thingy of choice, and you can send us an email at Dist.
Wow, I didn't know we were going to start off the show so un-PG, but I guess it is. So welcome all you Silver Age Comic-Con new listeners.
They're all listening on Instagram.
Acceptable. I don't understand why you all think vibrators are a thing. You know that's what they call back massagers. They're just back massagers, people.
Oh, those vibrators. That is.
You know what's funny is Jackie's rewatching Sex in the City right now, and that episode was just on. Like, so
that's hilarious.
I think that's like 100 times funnier to me because it's like I literally just watched that joke on Sex in the City because but my wife watches it. My wife says it, so they're on there. Of course, Triple Deuce Grunt, who was Captain America at Silver Age Comic-Con on Instagram, says, Language.
Well, technically, we did have a NC-17 panel at Silver Age, so I guess this kind of tracks. It kind of tracks.
This is what happens when I don't go to the cons, isn't it?
Yeah. It's nerding at AOL.com, and we will read it on the air. Yeah, okay. I was like, I got to finish the bit.
Why was the distance nerding email address up for 2.5 hours? Well, we were doing a bit.
And if you heard that noise, it's because I just realized, oh, that's right. I still haven't updated the graphic. So I'm updating the graphic right now. So by the end of the show,
you set an alarm to update the graphics?
No, that's a notification.
Notification 5 minutes after the show started to update the graphic?
I didn't think about it. Shut up.
You have now stumbled onto the best, or possibly worst, kept secret on the internet. You are now watching The Download.
Jen, thank you for being professional.
Did you guys hear me say there's a weird smell in here?
No.
Okay. That's why you said thanks for being professional. I was like, oh shit, did they hear me say that?
And then she curses.
Is the weird smell because of the angry vibrator?
Anyways, we got the Geek End update.
He's like, no, we have to not make those.
Okay, we have Geek End update.
No, hold on. You guys are skipping stuff. Come on.
You're not playing stuff.
Before we get into that, ladies and gentlemen.
But first,
let me get a shout out.
No.
Oh shit! Yes, I did. I did mess it up. Hold on. This week on deck.
Oh my god!
Don't worry, we're gonna fix it in post, everybody.
We got the Geek End update.
We're gonna recap of Silver Age Comic-Con and look towards the horizon for Metal Arc.
It's not like we do this every week, right? Lights, camera, reaction.
Was that a Red Hulk?
Was that? Looked like a very large Twizzler bucket.
Red Vines. We are Red Vines.
We are Red Vines household here. Starting rumors.
Booster Gold plays in the Star Wars sandbox while Ben Reilly investigates what is happening.
Yeah, we're going to unpack that. All right. And then, of course, ending the show, we've got the download.
We have all the feelings, including envy.
Ah, I see what you did there. But before we get into all that, first, let me get a shout out.
Look, he put it in the right place now.
Right.
Oh, look at that. Shout out to Dubby. Dubby is not an it's emerged brand of energy drink created to help focus, concentration, reaction time with no jitters or crash. No maltodextrin, sugar fillers, artificial colors or dyes, and is keto friendly. Dubby contains the neurofactor and the nootropic, exactly, derived from the coffee fruit because coffee is also a fruit. Neurofactor helps give the brain focus and clarity, while the 150 milligrams of caffeine and 3 essential vitamins, which young Phil will tell us what they are, will help you stay alert and energized.
Yes. Find out more about Debbie at www.debbie.gg. Use the code NERDING10. Get 10% off your order. And the B vitamins are B3, which is niacin, B6, pyridoxine HCI, and B12 methylcobalamin. Big word. That's what that is.
Hooray.
Look at that. Nerding is on Comic-Con Radio.
Oh yeah, hold on. You skipped it because guys, it is time for the Geek End update.
Do I sound like a demon? I don't sound like a demon right now, do I?
No.
Okay. The one
more like
time
an angry,
I should.
More like an angry vibrator.
Definitely an angry vibrator.
Gosh, I kind of feel like I know what the show's going to be called.
I was gonna say,
Nerding.
the episode, the Angry Vibrator.
Distance Nerding is on Comic-Con Radio, but who knows for how much longer. Listen to Distance Nerding and our second show, A Comic Conversation, via comiccon-radio.com. Before they kick us off, look for the Distance Nerding podcast, even this episode, and a new comic conversation each week on comiccon-radio.com/podcasts. Shadoo's not here to pop it in the chat, so that's good. And I'm going to pop it in the chat. Apologies to anybody who is going to listen to this on Comic-Con-Radio and still
Not
listen
have
to
some sort of
show. Sorry.
yeah.
Captain America says, supercharged vibrator.
Yeah.
I've got a
All right.
super soldier one.
And we have we've got a new batch of comic conversations coming. We're going to get those out real quick. We had a few people at the show who were like, hey, when is this going to air? Because we want to re-listen to it. I guess people really love the Marilyn Gigliotti and Brian O'Halloran interview or their panel. And they want to like listen to it over and over. So that's cool. That's awesome.
Yeah, the Dragon Ball one was fun too.
Yeah.
On our regular feed, guys, I do have a very special comic conversation that is live now. So if you guys want to go check that out, we have a interview with Lawrence and Diego Iriarte. Fun conversation with them. So go to the feed. If you listen to this one first, or if you're already listening to it and now you're, or if you already listened to it, now you're listening to us here. It's live now on our regular Distance Nerding feed.
Yeah, that was like a little fun
what
exclusive
you're
we did.
saying is we have an exclusive on our main channel.
Yes.
With the Iriartes.
Yes.
And they're friends of the show.
Yes.
Amazing artists and tell really cool stories.
Absolutely. Oh my God, the stories are so good.
Okay.
Awesome. Yeah, we saw them up in Reno. So speaking of, Silver Age Comic-Con was this past weekend. So much fun. Reno, Nevada. It was a big like community.
The question. I was going to ask you guys how it went and if you had any funny stories to tell. But never mind.
I got some fun stories. Okay. I mean, Young Phil may have more because he was there both days. I was only there Saturday night and Sunday, but I had a great time.
Yeah,
saw so many friends and buddies. We've known like
buddies,
Van from Hyper and yeah, made some new buddies. It was awesome. It was really great.
We've got a whole bunch of shout outs on this. Just like people that were there and supported us, people that we saw. There's no way for me to name everybody. I mean, there is.
Dude, it was a big collaboration weekend, and I was super happy with so many of our buddies became better friends. So it was awesome. Go ahead, tell us about
Yeah. So shout out to Horror Dads, specifically shout out to Dylan who sat in with me on the Paul T. Taylor interview. That was fun because I mean he's a big horror nerd, so talking with a guy who's who starred in Hellraiser, so
did you ask him about being in the Deer Lady episode of Reservation Dogs?
We talked about Reservation Dogs for like a minute, which he had a lot of fun on. But
filmed entirely in Oklahoma.
Nice. But we after that, Dylan gave out a film package with us on stage. And it was all of his films, including Tahoe Joe 2, which technically isn't out yet. And
wow.
So that was pretty cool. I was really excited about that.
Shout out saying you got fangirls.
we'll get to that.
Hey, real quick, while we're talking about the Paul T. Taylor and the Horror Dads panel, so it was awesome that Dylan stepped up to help out. And before Graveyard gets a big old head, this was our idea to reach out to the Horror Dads, not Graveyard. So don't let him take credit for this on Thursday show. We reached out to Dylan.
It's fine. It's fine. It's collaborative. We're collaborating.
We're building a community here.
Exactly.
And that just means that everybody gets a little bit of a pat on the back for it, right?
There you go.
Everybody.
So moving on to there.
Does an amazing thing.
James
does an amazing thing. Phil does an amazing thing.
So we got a lot of donations from different people as far as like prize giveaways and stuff like that. Kyber Cave, friends of the show, friends, a sister show, essentially. Kyber Cave gave us the lightsaber to give away, which was freaking amazing. Time Warp Toys, shout out to Time Warp Toys. They gave us all kinds of giveaway stuff. And the stuff they gave us to give away was, I was amazed that they were willing to give us some of that stuff. They gave us an exclusive collector's item Batman action figure. It was like a numbered figure, and they only made a certain amount of them.
And you gave it away and didn't keep it for yourself.
Oh my God, I wanted to. I told the audience multiple times I wanted to keep that, but I ended up giving it away to a raffle. They gave us like a whole Pokemon card starter kit that came with like a whole bunch of card packs in it. They gave us a couple different Funko Pops and just all kinds of different toys. It was amazing, man. And then shout out to Keiki Collectibles. They gave us a couple of Funko Pops, but like the main big thing they gave us was they gave us one of those giant Galactus Funko Pops.
Oh, awesome.
And we gave that away in a raffle as well. They also gave us a Thor 4-pack of Funko Pops.
Oh, neato.
Yeah. Shout out to Discovery Collectibles. They gave us a bunch of Funko Pops to give away. We saw our friends WC Collectibles there. Shout out to Debut Entertainment. They are the official agents for a lot of the guests that were there. Shout out
we've met before. Sarah's great.
I was gonna say shout out to Sarah. She'll be on the show soon. We're gonna talk with her about kind of like the back end side and being in a booking agent.
It's so cool that she said that, because we're always interviewing actors and whatnot, but voice actors, and I'm always asking about behind the scenes stuff. And she's like, "Hey, we should have a conversation." I'm like, learning the behind the scenes of what it's like to be an agent. That sounds amazing. So I can't wait to talk to her.
That's not something that when you're like a kid that you're like, you know what I want to be? I want to be a booking agent.
I know.
That's not something that it's not something that most, school counselors are pushing people for.
Right.
There's no STEM for booking agents.
Yeah, exactly. But she's awesome. So shout out to Sarah. We saw our very good friends, Project Wish Upon a Star. Shout out to Darren and Veronica, and Darren's sister were there. It was great. They got a lot of, I think they sold out of their blind bags, their mystery bags.
Oh, good.
That's great.
Awesome. Yeah, so they did well. Who else?
It's always awesome to get something from a charity, because you know that what you're spending on it is going to help people. And so Project Wish Upon a Star is amazing.
Fun story about that. So the same giveaway that Philippe did, the Galactus, they actually had the same one on their table, and somebody came over and bought it for like $30 or whatever, $35, just to be like, yeah, I want to support you, so here you go. I'll take this.
That's great.
It's awesome.
That's awesome.
That's exactly what the kind of stuff you need.
Absolutely. Shout out to Kaboom.com, 97 to Now Productions, and IC Sounds Comics. Speaking of IC Sounds Comics, they're in the chat on Instagram right now. So
what's up?
Up to them. They said we did a great job over the weekend. Shout out to Lawrence and Diego Iriarte. Again, we just put out an episode of a comic conversation with them. So IC Sounds Comic, you're in the chat hearing it now, but we just released that episode. I haven't even made the promo tag for it yet. So shout out to Godslayer Comics. Actually fun story about that, about them. Godslayer Comics, we interviewed one of their friends on the show a while back, and he made a game called Slaughterhouse that Graveyard really wanted, and he also had a game. He said he's actually about to listen to it right now. Sorry, IC Sounds Comics. I did. They gave us a game, or they told us about this game called Gods of Metal, right? And Graveyard was really interested in it, so they ended up, while I was at the show, ended up giving me a free copy of the game to send to Graveyard.
Yeah,
that is awesome.
But it's the one of those things that we kept, so that'll be for us. Sorry, Graveyard.
Okay.
Yeah.
Let's see. A fight between you and Graveyard.
Oh, the beard.
I'm
beard
gonna
would
go for the beard.
The
Sorry.
beard would stuff, James.
No, the beard will not win. I'm just gonna throw a bucket of water on its beard, and
No, the water's not gonna hurt the beard. The beard is gonna suffocate you.
Nobody is afraid of a wet beard. You know what I'm saying? So maybe it's gonna be wet from the
like
tears.
someone who's never had to kiss one.
The tears from his eyes going into the beard because he didn't get his game that I kept. Sorry.
No, the tears just make the beard stronger.
Yeah,
there you go. Anyway, so
you don't know who you're going up against, James.
Oh, I do, and I'm fine with it.
The beard has the beard has its own Twitter.
Yeah, that's great.
Shout out to Brendon Boykins and Cosplay for Kindness. Brendon was the host of the cosplay contest, and we had a whole bunch of fun giving away prizes and everything like that. Shout outs to Cosplay for Chaos. Matter of fact, not just Cosplay for Chaos, but I've got a stick. They gave me a sticker, and I have a sticker on my water bottle now that you guys can see right there.
Very nice.
All right, Cosplay for Chaos. So shout out to them. Who else do I got on here? Shout out to the DeLong family cosplay. They've been going to more shows with us and helping us out so much with everything that we have going on, and I appreciate them for everything that they do. Coffee and Comics were the unofficial and the DeLongs went to that too. We went to a after party at the local comic shop, Coffee and Comics. Had some beers. Young Phil got up there, sang some karaoke with all the Reno cosplay nerd locals. It was awesome. It was a great time. Shout out to Coffee and Comics. They were so cool.
Yes. So cool. I saw pictures of that too. It looked like you guys were having a great time.
Yeah, it was good. It was really, really fun. So, and so many more. We met so many other vendors. Like, I was just walking the exhibit floor and they're like, hey, how's the show going? I'm like, oh, it's, great. We just finished the interviews. They're like, I'm about 3 weeks behind. I'm like, what? I'm like, what do you mean 3 weeks behind? I'm like, oh, I'm listening. I listen to the show all the time, but I'm just a couple weeks behind because I've been getting ready for cons. I'm like, oh, thanks for listening to the show. Gave me some stickers and all that. So it was great. It was great.
It's nice when you have people that walk up to you and say, oh man, I'm behind, but I listened to the show.
Yeah.
It means a lot. Because we went from, oh man, how do we get people to listen to us, to people saying, oh man, I listen. I'm just like a week behind. What?
Yeah. I'm glad people listen. It makes us feel all warm and fuzzy inside when you guys listen to us.
It does. Guys, and if we forgot,
it makes me less of a Vecna.
Vecna. Yeah. So real quick on that, shout out to Bead Geekery Jewelry. She was amazing. Had a fun little conversation just walking the floor. So shout out to Bead Geekery. They're cool.
That's awesome. Awesome. Oh, I didn't go. I feel bad.
It's okay. It's okay.
But you asked my questions, so
we did. We did have a lot of fun that you didn't get to partake in. But guys, we did get to talk with Gigi Edgley, Spencer Wilding. Gigi was a really fun conversation just because she tends to be a fun conversation, and she kind of geeked out on her fans like she always does at every show. It's always fun seeing her kind of just geek out on her fans. When we talked to Spencer, we did something new because we were like, we need to kind of like vary this up a little bit. So are you familiar? I mean, we talked about it on the show a while back, but are you familiar with those Star Wars Oreos?
Yes, the dark side or light side, and you just have to get one, and you don't know which one you're gonna get.
So they're individually packaged, and they can be different things. So we didn't realize. We thought it was like the entire bag was, either they were red or they were blue, but they're individually packaged.
Oh, and that's cool.
Yeah, so we grabbed 3 of them, and we were like, okay.
So by grab 3, he means we stole 3 packages from the DeLong family from Bruce. Shout out to Bruce. Thanks for loaning us your snackies.
Right, and he's listening right now. He usually does. But we all opened them to see. And the long family talk to say it wasn't hot. You missed out.
It's over. Okay. It's over.
There's also
maybe I'll be there next year, but it's over.
But we ended up all opening the packages to see who was light side, who was dark side, and we all got light side. Right. So to be fair, not to be fair, it is now official that Darth Vader is actually on the light side.
It was the Anakin. It's the Anakin.
He's the Anakin.
No, Luke was right in Return of the Jedi.
There was good
He
in
says there's good in him. I know it.
See,
and then he turns into the back to the light side.
Yeah, exactly. And that goodness is an Oreo. So
Yes,
it was fun.
and everybody knows Spencer Wildling is just a big old teddy bear.
He is. He's so good. We talked to Bob Carter again, Dragon Ball Z, Mortal Kombat, Street Fighter, One Piece, all that stuff right there. Bob really wants us to go to Atlanta.
Well, and Bob, you guys did one with Bob and you did one with Dale Kelly
On day 2. Yeah.
But then you guys did one together with them, right?
Right. On day 2, we did the two of them together. So
Oh,
I was going to get to that after I talked about Dale. but Bob, he's doing a show in Atlanta called Shao Kahn because he played Shao Kahn. But I mean, like it's a con where the intention is to try and help like emerging creators and starting out creators how to monetize and how to get their brand out there and stuff like that.
So it's like a traditional conference.
Yeah, it's pretty cool the
That's
way that
awesome.
he's getting everything set up, and he's teaming up with a lot of like pro gaming leagues and stuff like that.
Mhm.
Be having gaming tournaments there and stuff.
That'll be cool.
It's cool the concept that he has going on there, and he really wants us to go. So his whole thing is he's telling us that we should probably like reach out to sponsors and see if we can get somebody to sponsor us to go.
That'd be cool.
Yeah.
I'm closer than you are.
And then Dale D. Kelly, the narrator from Dragon Ball Z, got into the whole conversation of, we probably talked more radio than we did Dragon Ball, and just kind of his career and what he did. And he had so much fun. It was funny because when I, at the beginning of the show, Saturday morning, I always introduce myself to all the guests over the weekend. So one, they know who I am, who's going to be interviewing them, and just kind of hype it a little bit, right? And the minute I get to the tables, Bob jumps out from behind his table and gives me a hug, and he's like, "This guy right here, man, this guy right here." Like he was just telling everybody, like, "You're gonna have so much fun. This guy knows how to interview," right? And so like I start talking to Dale and Christina Kelly. And basically both of them are just like, okay, we'll see what kind of interview it is. And I was like, no, dude, we do a lot of research. Like we do a crap ton of research. He goes, we'll see what kind of research you did. And I was like, I'm telling you, man, we did a lot. He goes, okay, let me ask you this. Dragon Ball, would you call that just a job in my career? Or would you say that that's what I did? And I was like, I'd say it was a job. He goes, okay, I like that. I was like, in comparison to your whole career. So then we talked a lot of radio, and he just kind of like he geeked out on like working in radio, and it was super fun. So then day 2.
Wait, now, isn't he the one that also has like a mobile recording studio now?
Yes. Yeah.
Okay.
Oh my God. We made a whole bunch of jokes about how like when people started recording in home studios, like when he first started getting into recording for all this stuff, he would go into the studio in Houston, and it would just be like this tiny crappy little studio with no acoustics or anything like that. And then he finally got them to let him record at home because he has like a full-on studio at home. And the quality of the recordings were like 1,000 times better. And he was like, yeah, because I spend more money on audio equipment than they do. Yeah, it was funny. So so day 2, Bob and Dale, we got them together, and basically it became like a workshop on voice acting, on how to become a voice actor, on how to create characters and how to do things like that. And at the end, I got them to do an improv scene of their two characters meeting in the afterlife.
That's awesome.
and it was hilarious. I mean, it's when you get two improv comedians together, and I've done this before with other Dragon Ball Z characters, but when you get two improv comedians together and you have their characters meet, it's stupid funny. Right?
That's awesome.
So then we talked to Paul T. Taylor.
Mhm.
Paul T. Taylor, again, another guy that I did not expect to be as funny as he was. He's a guy that worked in Broadway for a while, and then he's just he's a classically trained actor, and we got to different things. Again, he was stupid funny because when we got to Hellraiser, he started talking about how do you find the motivation to a character that has pins for head and pretty much is just angry and angsty all the time. What's your motivation? I'm a masochist. And I'm like, it was really funny, right? Like he was just like a joy to talk to. Christina Kelly was another one that kind of didn't. She was on the fence. She was like, okay, we'll see how much research you do, how much research.
Yeah, her and Dale were like skeptical.
Yeah,
but it's like, all right, we're gonna see that as a challenge. So it was fun. It was fun.
And Christina, when we did her interview, you could tell from the beginning because she tried to make a joke at the beginning to try and like kind of derail a little bit, and it didn't derail me one bit. I just ran with the joke and kept going. And I think that kind of set the tone for her. She was like, oh, they know how to take a joke, right? Because it's really sarcastic, and like a lot of people just don't get that, right? So I just kind of yes-anded it because that's what you do. And she got into it, but then when we started getting into the interview, again, she was really into the interview, and she was like, by the end, she said, yeah, you guys did do your research, but at the same time, what I loved about it was that it was conversational. It did not feel like you were just asking me questions. Like it felt like the entire thing was just a conversation. And
that's what we want to do.
Right. So she enjoyed that. And then we got taken over by the View Askew universe. And that was awesome.
The View Askew universe.
The View Askew universe.
Yeah, but
Brian O'Halloran and Marilyn Gigliotti, they were both absolutely amazing to talk to. Marilyn, I tried to give equal time, but Brian was very, very much, a guy that just jokes about stuff and just kept telling stories, and we were just like, no, just let it happen. Just let it happen.
Yeah, we got about maybe a minute and a half into the interview, and some curse words started dropping, and I had to stop and be like, all right, everybody, just so you know, this will not be a PG rated interview session. And like half the crowd just goes, yeah, they're total Kevin Smith fans, and they want the raunchiness, they want all the fun stories.
How many F-bombs were dropped as soon as you said that?
There weren't as many as you thought there would have been, right? There were a good amount of them, but
you'll find out when you listen to it, when you download and listen, right?
There you go.
Right. See how that's
exactly.
Teaser.
And Brian, so if you've ever listened to an interview that Brian's done, he always when he gets on stage, he'll do this warning. So he did the warning that he normally does, where he just tells everybody, like, if you're offended by things or anything like that, sorry, get the fuck out. But I mean, it was good. It was a really fun conversation. They had a good time. I talked to them after the show, and they both had a blast, and we just kept joking around with more stuff. So
Marilyn is super sweet.
I love Marilyn so much.
That's awesome. I'm not jealous at all.
I hope we get to do more stuff with them. I hope they bring them back out. Maybe them and Ming Chen come back out for a show or something.
So
awesome.
So I have it on good authority that we will see them again.
Sweet.
I can't say when.
Yeah, that's fine.
Or even if it's going to be soon, but we will be seeing them again. Triple Deuce Grunt in the Instagram chat is asking if we're going to be at KaboomCon, and yes, we will be at KaboomCon, guys.
We were hanging out with the promoters this weekend.
Right.
They were awesome.
So I mean, again, we had a amazing time, and then of course the cosplay contest on both days. I kind of took over, and Brandon was just like, no, take it over. Because
I heard like DeLong family, didn't they get like third?
They got third.
Congratulations.
Yeah, with B Modoc. And I loved B Modoc as a concept, by the way. But yeah, so we the cosplay contest. Brendon did his thing as he always does, hosting and whatnot. But you know, when the judges go deliberate, they take 45 minutes to do it. And the minute I noticed that there was a like a slowdown and it just got quiet for a minute, I was like, okay, I'm gonna pick up the mic. I'm just gonna give away prizes, right? So I just started doing trivia, and it was a blast because everybody jumped in line and just started asking questions. What I ended up doing is I have my 5 categories, right? I've got DC, Marvel, Star Wars, Disney, and general pop culture. And I don't do easy questions. All the questions that we have I've written myself, and they're not easy questions, deliberately hard questions. So what happened is
I'm all
oh no, one of my questions, the big stumper one, because the way we played it is you pick the category, right? And then I ask the question. If you don't answer the question, or if you can't answer the question, then goes to the next person to pick a category. But if you pick a category that's already been picked and the question hasn't been answered, that's your question.
Oh, that's cool. Okay.
Right. So
Yeah.
So the Disney question that stumped everybody is, what character was played by a war hero?
What character was played by a war hero?
So what classic Disney character was played by a war hero?
You're going to have to look it up, or you're going to have to go to another con and Filippo will ask the question.
Yeah.
Don't give the answer, because then all of a sudden you're not going to be able to ask that question again.
I'll just say, because I'm not going to put it on the screen. People in the chat are actually, he said not going to say which one, but you already put the name in the chat. Say one.
He was saying the movie. He's saying the movie Bambi. He's not saying that's the character.
And now you said it out loud. All right, now we're gonna now everybody's gonna.
No, but he said the character, but he didn't. He said the movie. The movie is called Bambi. That's the movie he said. I'm not saying that that's right. You just said that was right by giving being all. Oh my god!
I know you should. I know.
Now I'm never gonna use that question. All right, but yeah, like that one stumped everybody.
Nobody
right?
watches us anymore. No, I'm just kidding.
So with all that being said and done, we had a blast. We hung out with all these fun people. It was a great success of a show. So shout out to Colossus Girl and shout out to Silver Age Comic-Con. Again, speaking of Colossus Girl, our next show that's coming up, talk about that.
Meadowlark Comic-Con right around the corner. Less than 2 weeks. Wow. July 27th, 28th in Medford, Oregon. It's so weird to think we're going to Medford, but it's only 5 hours away. Less than that. It's so weird that it's so close. But Andy Merrill will be there, who's an amazing interview. He's so much fun. So crazy.
He brings that puppet again, man. That shit was hella funny.
Yeah, the Brack puppet was great. Stephen Costantino from Star Wars. He was a Gamorrean guard. Lou Temple from The Walking Dead. He's a big walker. Walking Dead and Walker Texas Ranger.
The new one.
Exactly. And then Dave Fennoy from StarCraft 2, Bayonetta, and Spiderman 2. So that'll be fun. Yeah. And then, of course, tons of vendors. All of our Oregon friends will be there. So it'll be great. Shout out to Wayne the Unknown. I'm sure he'll be there too. Oh, yeah. He'll be covering some stuff.
Wayne's going to be on stage with me. We already talked about it.
Sweet.
Mm-hmm.
Good stuff. So, again, July 27th, 28th, Medford, Oregon, meadowlarkcomiccon.com. Go get your tickets.
Get it.
Yo.
All right. So now it is time to move on, guys, because we've got the rest of the show to do.
Mm-hmm.
Ladies and gentlemen, it is now time for lights, camera, reaction.
Quiet.
Who said that?
Who said that? Probably Eugene.
Probably.
So let's talk about this this honorable mention teaser trailer.
I thought we already talked about this last week.
I thought we did too.
F1,
I thought we did too.
We did.
So why did you write it, James?
Why did you write it?
I didn't write it.
I just left it
Did we
there.
watch The Watchmen?
We have not. So let's watch The Watchmen. Who watches The Watchmen?
We're gonna watch The Watchmen.
Well, technically, it's Ozymandias. He watches the Watchmen and then chases them down methodically.
I love
And
it.
then
Spoiler
it's a big
alert.
ol' octopus.
Spoiler alert.
Well, ladies and gentlemen. Oh, wait a minute. What? You wrote what? Hold on.
I wrote it.
Oh, he. I was like, Matt, did you wrote what now?
And then Sandra Banks, I wrote it. They're Spartacusing
Oh,
us.
Jeff is reminding me about the fangirls.
Oh yeah, the fangirls.
I mentioned
you skipped
the
over the
fangirls.
fangirls.
I mentioned
What's the fangirls?
I didn't. So this part is not going to be on the audio show. So hopefully they're watching right now, which I don't think they are. But the fangirls. So on day two, actually during the cosplay contest, all together, Cosplay for Chaos. They became very, very big fans of mine.
Oh, okay. Hold on.
Wow.
Okay,
Oh my goodness.
I see
that's
your
so
head.
cute.
I see your head inflating as we speak, and before it breaks the screen, bro, you were giving away prizes. Everybody was your best friend. Okay?
I was, but one of them did ask me to take off my shirt, which was kind of weird. So.
I ask you to do that all the time, and you still don't.
Maybe
so what does it
they
matter?
needed one of those, you know, how you have to do the white thing.
So my
Like,
chest would be the white thing because I'm
The
white.
what
Yeah.
is it? The back to like, what do they call that? It's like a video thing. I used to do it. It's like a slate. It's like you're slating because they
I
have
know
to
what
have
you're
like
talking
a
about.
like
Yeah. It's the white balance. Yeah,
the white balance. That's
Yeah.
it. See, James has my back.
exactly. Maybe they wanted to see young Phil's back. Who knows?
Oh yeah, they wanted to see something of young Phil's.
All right.
Look on
Anyway,
your face,
Watchmen.
you full screen.
Watchmen
Nobody wants
chapter
to see
1.
that.
You-
James is disgusted.
Maybe when I was in my 20s, not right now. Oh God! All right, Watchmen chapter 1. Can we talk about this?
It's so funny because we're over on this end. We started the show talking about dirty vibrators. Now we're way over
angry
here.
Vibrators, not
Angry
dirty
vibrators, dirty vibrators. Same thing.
Ew.
But now we're way over here with young Phil, shirtless young Phil. So
Well, you know, you gotta
angry-
have that
angry-
top titty meat.
Angry vibrators is one thing, but like talking about like a potential Phil fan club.
I love it. I want to be the secretary just
Oh,
so
God.
I can go. Why? Why are you all here?
The secretary of the Phil fan club. Not only am I a secretary, I'm also a member.
I'm gonna be the
Not
treasurer.
affiliated with Madam Web.
I'm gonna be the treasurer and steal all the money. I'm just gonna tell you that right now.
James and I are gonna skip town. We're gonna go on
Yep.
vacay.
Yep,
On the disconcerting jet
exactly.
with Aaron Watson.
But not with his feet and mandals.
And now James is going on a tangent. All right. Watchmen. James, give us a description.
Oh, I was supposed to do that? I thought we're still talking about your nipples. No?
Oh,
Think about my nipples now. Oh, God damn it.
it's the whole Drax thing all over again. He's got sensitive nipples. What can he say?
Okay.
This escalated quickly.
Okay. Watchmen Chapter 1. It's basically a shot-for-shot adaptation of the graphic novel by Alan Moore and Dave Gibbons. It's a CG-rendered animated film that is said to be a leap forward for our DC cinematic animation, and the footage that's screened at the NEC Film Festival was described as very vibrant. I do like the look of it now that they...
You can't
So that-
really. It looks like behind him in the picture there
Mhm.
that it's the light is glowing.
Yeah, everything
that's
looks
kinda
very
cool.
saturated.
Yeah,
like
it
it.
really does. Let's watch it. Let's do this.
All
it.
right.
Do it.
Do it.
Take your shirt off. Do it.
Oh, God damn it. Violent
it's R.
content and some graphic nudity. Of course.
Why would why? Well, the
Mhm.
live action was taken directly from the comics.
Right.
it's
So
not
I'm like, why are they doing this? I don't get why they're doing an
to
animated
make
version
money.
of it. Yeah, but it's like they're doing an animated
I'm
version. But it's a
betting
shot for
there's
shot.
something in a contract somewhere that they have to do something Watchmen related in a certain time period, or the rights revert back to Alan Moore. I'm betting that's what it is.
Because they did the I don't know, the series, and they announced
had
that
the
they weren't going to do
series.
any more.
Yeah, and then now there's this, and before
Yeah.
that it was the Schneider thing, and they did in the comics they did the like one shots and the crossover, and now the Watchmen are brought into the actual DC universe.
It's like, does that mean they're going to do Doomsday Clock? Because that was the continuation, you know?
Yeah.
I mean, that could be it. They could be trying to do an animated version of that down the
and
road.
I'm
and they're
betting
setting it
James
up.
Gunn's gonna want to do something with it.
Yeah. Like it will make sense if they, you know, since they're doing it this way. It's like, okay, part 1, part 2, probably they'll probably do it in 3 parts, and then they do Doomsday Clock, which is the second book that didn't do as well as the first one, but
Yeah.
you know, we'll see what they do here.
I think it looks good. I will say, give me if they're making me buy it, because they announced the release date. It's like the Blu-ray and digital is August 27th.
Yeah.
You're making me buy it. I'm gonna say 7 out of 10. 7 Rorschach masks out of I don't know. 7 bleeding smiley faces, or out of 10 bleeding smiley faces. But if I'm just gonna watch it on Max, I'll give it an 8. You know what I mean? Like, I'm not gonna go out and buy this.
Yeah.
Frey, what do you think?
Well, I'm gonna give this 8 comedians killing his own offspring.
Yeah.
If you know, you know.
Yep.
Out of 10 women feeling empowered and knowing how to get over things.
There you go.
Okay.
That's just like an overall, because there's a lot of women in the whole Watchmen universe that they don't really get into in the story. Go ahead.
I'm gonna give this 7 weird Rorschach voices. If you listen to that, his voice was kind of weird. Out of 10 floppy giant blue wings.
I should have said giant squid.
Who's a worse father, Scott Summers or the comedian?
Wow.
Oh,
That's
God.
a debate. That's a debate.
It is.
That is.
Because the comedian...
We should do a bracket.
Who's
Worst dads in pop culture.
Oh, but we gotta save it for Father's Day. We gotta save it for like Father's Day.
Yeah, Batman's on that list for sure.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Bruce Wayne is the worst surrogate dad. Hey, I'm gonna adopt this child and make him fight a bunch of people to the death.
Hey, I'm just gonna foster him and make him fight to the death, and not even make him my child until he's an adult, and I'm doing it for financial reasons.
Wait, that one died? Can I get another one?
Right.
Okay,
I
I'll
just
get
need
another
another
one.
child. Well,
Yeah,
what happened to the other one? He died. What makes you think we're going to give you another child? You understand that it's easier to get a child in America than it is to adopt a pet.
Why should we give you another child? Because I'm rich.
Right?
Okay. All right.
And you know who gets to say that? Ben Affleck. It's only in Ben Affleck's voice, because he says that. He's like, what's your superpower? I'm rich.
Oh, God.
That's it.
Would Zordon be considered a dad?
He'd be a zaddy. Get it? Zordon.
Yeah, I hear what you're saying, but like Zordon is also a shitty father. Same thing. Let me surrogate adopt a bunch of children and have them beat the shit out of a bunch of monsters.
Oh, and the dad from the Umbrella Academy.
Oh yes, he's 100%.
Wow, this is going
Invincible's
quick.
dad, Omni-Man.
Oh man, Nolan is so shitty. It's so bad. Even when he tries to become a good dad, Nolan is still a piece of shit. And
Yes,
he is
the
Damien's
blood
blood
father
father.
of
Yeah.
Damien. Yeah. That
How about
doesn't mean he's still a good dad to him.
how about Superman's dad, Jor-El?
Which
No,
one?
you know what? I wouldn't consider Jor-El that bad of a dad because he saved his son.
Yeah.
He threw him in a baby space cart and said, "Peace out, see you later."
Yeah.
That was
rather
the
than
most
dying on a
secure baby carriage that you could get on Krypton.
Yeah. And the other choice was let my son die on this planet with me.
Where'd all that baby poop go? Where'd all that Kryptonian baby poop go? You know what I mean?
It was
Do
like
we
2
even
days.
know if Superman poops?
Yeah, I know, right? No, it was like 2 days for him.
Does Superman have a butthole? I don't know. That's a good question.
Does Superman have a belly button?
No.
Oh
So
my
many
God.
questions.
Let's move on.
See, no, Triple Deuce Grunt said he was saving his race by sending his son to Earth. Yes.
Nah. You threw your baby out with the bathwater. You just happen to put it in a space baby carriage.
Zor-El is a better father than Bruce Wayne. I'm throwing that out there.
Maybe.
Yeah.
Yes, but is Zor-El a better father than Thomas Wayne?
Absolutely not.
Which version?
Thomas Wayne, in every universe, even the one where he becomes Batman.
Okay, you know
Thomas
what?
Wayne is a good
Let's
father.
save it. Let's save all of it because we are going to do this.
This is
going to
be on the build. This is going to be on the build.
Yeah.
Sandra Betty said the ship had an auto diaper changer. So boom, there you go.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Let's get into the next trailer.
He does have a robot made, doesn't he, up in the Fortress of
He does,
Solitude? Yeah.
Oh, Thanos is the shittiest father ever. All right, let's get into this next trailer.
Hey, speaking of bad dads, let's talk about Captain America: Brave New World and freaking Thunderbolt Ross. He's a bad dad.
So I have not watched this trailer yet because I knew we were watching it now.
I've seen this trailer 3 times.
Yeah,
I know, right? What's wrong with you?
Every time I hear people talk about it, I get upset that I haven't watched it yet, and I'm like, no, I'm watching it on Tuesday for the show because I want to have a genuine reaction on things that I'm going to see.
How dare you say my reaction is not genuine? It is absolutely genuine.
But see, me seeing it for the first time is different than you getting excited over something you already know about.
I marinated.
Roll that beautiful bean footage.
There you go. Triple Juice Grunt in the chat saying Alfred was a better father figure to Bruce, which 100% he was.
Hell, everybody was a better father figure.
Yeah. So let's catch this trailer here. Let me turn this down. And
I like that in this, like you see the pink, the cherry blossoms.
Mm-hmm.
That is the Sakura. That's what they call it. And it's the festival in Japan. And that takes place in the spring, right after Valentine's Day, which is when this comes out.
Oh, nice. Look at the stretch there. I like it.
Yeah, you're welcome.
Okay.
That office looks oval.
Very, very ovally.
It's circular, man.
Mm-hmm.
I'm still getting used to the new look.
Okay.
Okay.
That is my favorite. This is like little bit right there. My favorite in the whole thing is like I'm just getting used to the new look.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I like that. It's an acknowledgement that it's a new Thaddeus Ross, but it's still the same character.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I do also really like that in this whole thing that Sam Wilson is wearing a gray suit. It's gray on gray on gray.
Yeah.
Showing that he is going to be a gray character in this movie. He's going to have some choices to make. And I'm really happy about it.
Oh, did he get his ear? Too soon? Too soon?
Way too soon.
I think Isaiah Bradley, at some point got Manchurian candidated.
Oh, yeah.
Well, Isaiah Bradley, so he becomes, what's his name? It's not...
Nomad.
So...
He got Bucky Barnes.
Yeah. But it looks really cool. And I do like the whole...
You may be Captain America, But you're
This
not
right here.
Steve Rogers.
Yes.
And he said, no one. And you know what he wanted to say? He wanted to go all Samuel L. Jackson and say, no, I'm not, motherfucker.
Is he gonna
Yeah.
go
But
kick
he
a
didn't.
plane?
You
Oh,
know
he-
why? Because he's Captain America.
That's some dogfighting. He went.
Mhm.
Yeah. He just
That
took the
looks
wing out.
really cool. And you got to see Falcon.
Nice.
But you got to see the Falcon. Who's going to get that out of the ground?
I don't
Do you
know.
think
because-
Red Hulk's going to get it out of the ground? No. Red Hulk does damage. He doesn't do cleanup. Who's going to get that out?
They're gonna call Rogue. That's how the X-Men get introduced. Call Rogue to get it out, and then she's gonna fling it into.
You know who they
Antarctica.
need? Black Girl Magic.
Yes, that's what they need.
Oh, that'd be smart to bring Riri Williams in.
No. Photon.
Oh, I guess you could do Photon too.
But then
Yeah,
that would mean
that was
that
her
she's
nickname.
back from the other universe. Because that's where she is right now.
Yeah. No, I
Trick
think
question.
I think Riri would make more sense though, just because the setting of the universe that they're in.
Frey, what do you think?
Riri would be fun.
Yeah.
You know
Rate
who
it.
also would be fun? Sherry. Anyway, okay. Let's go Illuminati on this bitch. All right. Captain America Brave New World. This is what I'm giving it. I'm giving it 9 pink on pink hearts because it's Valentine's Day, people. You best be taking your Valentine. Out of 10, I want to say cut the check, but I'm not going to do that. I'm going to say Thaddeus Ross has a lot to answer for, and Betty's going to slap him around as Red She-Hulk. That's 10
Ooh.
of those.
Okay.
All right.
Most
Okay.
convoluted rating ever.
I mean, they did say that Betsy Ross is coming back, so I mean, like that makes sense. I don't necessarily know if she's coming back in this, but they did say that she's been.
Liv Tyler's in this movie.
Liv Tyler is in this movie.
Mhm.
Okay, so I mean, yeah, I mean, she could be Red She-Hulk, but I don't know.
Are we gonna get Bruce Banner? I bet we are.
It makes sense because they're probably gonna have Bruce like saying, "Okay, well, this is the only way we can save him," or something like that.
Well, so here's what I think. I think Red Hulk's going to come out early, and then they're going to have to get Bruce because Bruce is going to be the only person that can actually talk him down and get him through it. And it's going to really piss Ross off because Ross doesn't like him.
Yeah. Well, the other thing is, remember, Ross retains his intelligence too. Like,
Yeah.
so, you know.
Yeah, but his
he's gonna
anger is a
remember everything.
lot more,
Yeah.
like hair trigger than Banner's is now. So
Young Phil, what do you think? Rate it.
I'm gonna give this 9
Shirtless Young Phil's.
9 shirtless young Phils out of 10.
Angry.
Like I was just doing it for me. 10 angry old men that get shot in the chest. That aren't, that didn't get shot in the ear.
be vibrating.
Vibrating.
I think it's funny. None of us mentioned. Okay, wait. James, go.
I want to give this 9. I'm into this. I really want to see this. I love Captain America. This feels, even though we get Red Hulk, even though we get, Sam flying, it feels more grounded. And I like that back to the mystery, back to the espionage of it all. I want to know what's happening. So I want to give this 9 shields, 9 Captain America shields out of 10 Thunder Ross missing mustaches.
I like that. But none of us talked about the whole, like, putting what were they, like, tasers on the shield, which we know that they weren't just tasers, but that's what they looked like.
Right.
On that shield, and Sam, like, holding his own on that. That was a really cool thing.
Yeah, I like that.
Oh, Say Wong is giving it a low rating. Look at that. 6 broken shields out of 10 red skulls.
Yeah, look at Saewong's tough cookie.
He's not excited to want to watch this.
I
Saewong's
feel
a tough
like
cookie.
I just don't know if either of the references are going to be fleshed out.
10 screaming fangirls.
Now suddenly I feel like we're doing the 12 Days of Christmas.
All right.
10
Is that
screaming fangirls.
no more trailers, right? That's our last trailer.
Angry Deuce Grunt said 10 angry vibrators. That's good. New to the show, and he understands our rating system already.
And Sandra gives
James
it 10 out of 10.
Still hasn't
snorts.
gotten it completely down, so I don't know. He gets
Yeah,
really
I'm still
upset
working
when
on
I
it.
start doing it in the millions.
Yeah. Maybe when we get to like show like 150, maybe I'll start figuring it out.
250?
You know what I mean?
Yeah, 250 because we're way past 150, man.
Oh crap. Sorry about that. All
Well,
right,
you
let's keep
know,
it going.
You got to keep getting your hair done like that. So
What's the release date on this?
We already said it.
I don't know. We already said it
You said it? Oh,
twice.
my bad.
Valentine's Day of 2025.
Well, I heard February 1,000 times. I was just double checking and making sure.
What is Valentine's Day, Phil? You should know this. You're married.
The only date in February that matters to young Phil is his
birthday. Exactly.
My birthday's also in February.
Exactly.
You best remember that.
It doesn't matter to him until after his birthday.
He said James only cares about the episodes he made it to.
Exactly. That's why I'm on a different count. I'm on like 48 right now.
And me, I'm on 1,785.
Exactly.
All right. Well, ladies and gentlemen, that is it for the trailers for this week. Let's get into the next portion of the show because it is now time to start some rumors.
I don't know where to get in it.
It slows down at the end.
That's what I keep saying, and nobody believes me.
It does. It's like boom, ba-doom, ba-doom, ba-doom. It's like yeah. It's cool though. I like it.
All right. See, thank you for agreeing with me. Happy birthday to your birthday in February. That's not also young Phil's birthday.
I'll let you know. My birthday is the day after Captain America: Brave New World premieres.
Yeah, Triple Deuce Grunt says his birthday is February 6th.
That's my son's birthday.
Yeah. So you guys have the same birthday.
Amazing.
Shadu, who will be on the show next week.
Yes, he will be on the show next week.
Right. My birthday is February 3rd, if anybody wants to remember that.
No
for
one
any
cares.
reason. Exactly. That's why somebody asked me. He asked me when is my birthday, but
he's just trying to steal all your personal information.
February 6th is also Bob Marley's birthday. So
yes, it is.
Rastafari.
Everybody loves Bob Marley. All right. Irie. Kumail playing an entitled rich kid for James Gunn.
What?
Wait, what?
Yeah, that seems about right.
Actor, writer, and comedian Kumail Nanjiani.
Nanjiani.
I said Nanjiani.
Mm-hmm.
May jump into the DC universe as the character Booster Gold under James Gunn's new DC Studios.
Nanjiani.
According to Nexus Point News, Nanjiani has been cast as Michael John Carter, aka Booster Gold, in the upcoming DCU show.
Kumail Nanjiani.
If this is accurate, we can expect James Gunn to confirm fairly soon. Maybe Comic-Con. Although I didn't see that there was a DC thing. I think they're doing a surprise thing for everybody.
They probably are.
Yeah, probably. Gunn recently debunked a report that production was set to commence this month. So he said, nah. But he did reveal that most of the DCU-based shows currently in the pipeline have set their creative teams. This is pretty different from the casting rumor that was reported a few weeks ago about Booster Gold, which claimed that Dylan Playfair, which I love that last name, Fionn Whitehead, which I think is from the regular show, and Patrick Schwarzenegger. He's the only one I know who he is. Had all screen tested for the role of Booster and said it was down to those 3.
He has the muscles to fit that.
What, Kumail?
No, Patrick Schwarzenegger. I mean,
Oh, yeah. He was Golden Boy and Jiffy. So talk is on the table. Will Kumail steal our hearts as Booster Gold?
What do you think, James?
I will say my tacos are off the table. I want him to play Booster Gold, but I could definitely see like Patrick Schwarzenegger filling in that role. I could see Kumail Nanjiani be like Skeets, Booster Gold's sidekick.
Oh, that works too.
He would be an amazing Skeets, or Ted Cord.
Right. Oh, that'd be fun. I'd be okay with that.
Such a good Ted Cord.
I'd be okay with that. Yeah.
Yeah.
What do you guys think?
I mean, my tacos are on the table just because I think he could do a really good job as Booster Gold.
Mm-hmm.
But I just feel like because Booster Gold has golden hair, it's kind of a thing.
And Booster's like taller. Like you want him to be like.
Well, but he wears the suit. I mean, Booster
Right.
Gold. So the character that he's based on, like the Michael John Carter, is just some entitled rich boy from the future that steals a suit and goes back in the past, knows nothing, just wants to be famous, and Skeets knows all of it.
Mm-hmm.
So Skeets, the real hero.
I just looked it up. Kumail Nanjiani's 5'9", so not a huge guy.
Yeah, but it's 5'9" of muscle.
Jeff just said, "Is this picture from the Ocean Baby movie?"
That is.
Yes.
Oh God. My tacos. After hearing you guys talk, because like when I first read this earlier today, I was like, "Oh man, he would be a great Booster Gold. Like he could play that really well." But you guys both did actually make a good point.
I said my tacos were on the table, by the way.
Oh, I thought you said they were off the table.
No, they're on the table. I think he would be an amazing Booster Gold. I just think he might be a better Ted Cord.
Yeah, no, I think again, after hearing what James just said, I think he'd be a better Skeets.
I do agree with that. I think Skeets would be amazing.
Yeah.
Skeet.
Skate. And if they cast Kumail Nanjiani as Booster Gold, all of the toxic fanboys would be pissed.
Yeah, I can see that.
Yeah, they would just be sitting there going like, "Oh, they're trying to DEI superheroes," because they all sound constipated like that. But like,
you know what? Somebody needs to shoot them in the ear. That was a joke. I don't want anybody to be shot. I do not promote violence. Only in comic book movies.
Yeah, the fanboys would be pissed. I think he would be an amazing Booster Gold. Whether like if you're gonna race bend Booster Gold, he'd be the great person to do it. Because Kumail Nanjiani is absolutely hilarious, and the dude could play entitled rich kid really well.
Mm-hmm.
But with that, like if you're gonna go with, like, if you do decide to go with the white kid, Patrick Schwarzenegger is great for that.
Mm-hmm.
Or like what you're saying, if you're gonna race bend him, like Ryan Reynolds, get Ryan Reynolds in here and let him, do it. Canadian, right? That's a separate race.
I was like, hold on, what? Yeah, I mean, like, with that, speaking of race bending,
use the Force, Jonathan Trooper. On second thought, a laptop would be better for writing. Sean Levy will reunite with the Adam Project screenwriter Jonathan. Is it Trooper or Troper? I can't remember.
Oh, did I put Trooper? Oh, I did put Trooper. Well, I was talking about the Force. I apologize. It's Trooper.
For the Star Wars movie that Levy is dude, Levy is off the chain right now, is developing for Lucasfilm. No details to share regarding what Levy is looking to do with the Star Wars, but when previously talked about the opportunity to direct it, he said it was a bucket list thing. Levy shared, getting that call was a great day. I was in the edit room on All the Light We Cannot See, and I look at my phone and it says, Kathy Kennedy. How nice is that? You just have Kathy Kennedy calling.
Yeah.
And he's calling her Kathy, not Kathy.
I know.
And not just that her name's already in his phone.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Thus begun a conversation that led to her inviting me to develop and make my Star Wars movie. I'm putting everything I have into it because I love that world and it is a privilege to get to join the galaxy. Levy also addressed the other Star Wars projects that have stalled out over the years, and in regards to that, explained that his attitude towards it, I have the golden ticket into a galaxy far, should have said another far away, and I'm going to devote myself to developing the screenplay that gives me the privilege of making this movie. I don't attach things because it looks good in a trade announcement. I attach things that I intend to make, and better believe I'm not going to squander this juiciest of opportunities. I'm going to work my ass off, but first I got to work my ass off on making Deadpool, so definitely long-term planning, but I want to be one of the movies that gets to the starting line because these are rare opportunities and I want to make the most of it. Tacos on the table. Will Levy and Trooper get to play in the Star Wars sandbox? Tatooine sandbox. Sand.
What do you think, Fred?
Sand.
Well, sorry. I'm
Course.
changing this so that it actually says the right name.
It's coarse. It's itchy.
That's what I think.
Sand. Don't get in the sandbox.
Anakin doesn't like the sand.
Yeah.
So I say my tacos are on the table with this. He's really hot right now, and the thing is about Sean Levy is that he's he's been climbing up that ladder like methodically.
Mhm.
So I feel like if anyone has earned a Star Wars movie, it's him. He's shown the kind of range he has. He knows how to take control of a property. The only thing that we don't know yet is if he can take a property that's already been established, like Deadpool, and make it successful and make it his own. And I think that's the thing that we'll get to see when Deadpool and Wolverine opens. But from everything else, I feel like, yeah, I think he might actually do a good job and not, ditch it halfway through if they give him 3 movies instead of 1.
Right. But I mean, like, everybody is saying, especially now that they've done the premiere, everybody's saying that Deadpool and Wolverine is one of the most amazing movies.
Yeah. Oh no, we have, trust me, there's stuff about Deadpool and Wolverine in here. So
I know.
We'll get to it.
I know.
But yeah, my tacos are on the table for this.
Yeah. No, my tacos are on the table 100%. I know that Levy is just destroying everything he gets his hands on in a good way. And I think that it's a missed opportunity to not give someone who is a fan of the franchise, like say Taika Waititi, an opportunity to make something.
Patty Jenkins.
But Patty Jenkins is coming back though.
Yeah, like they figured that out. That
Ryan,
was just
Ryan Johnson
putting in.
See,
All right,
but
so
Ryan Johnson is also coming back.
yeah,
they're
so
giving
James,
their own trilogy.
Are your tacos on the table?
Yeah, my tacos are on the table. He's the darling of Disney and Marvel and Lucasfilm and Hollywood right now, so he
Here's
can do
what
no
I
wrong.
will say: if you ever do an interview with Sean, don't have a ton of questions because the dude likes to talk.
Our favorite kind of person to interview.
Exactly. I'm just saying we don't need a ton of questions. Just get him talking about a story, and he'll take it the whole time. I love that.
Well,
and
with that all being said, Let's move on to the next rumor here because, geez, Sean, leave some for the rest of us. God. A new report says Marvel Studios has found a director for Avengers 5. Is it Sean Levy? I'm sure we'll find out who it is at Comic-Con. The report claims that Levy has been offered the opportunity I can't speak right now, to direct several projects with Avengers Secret Wars, Armor Wars, and the X-Men reboot among the possibilities. Apparently, the filmmaker has his pick of projects if he wants to stay in business with Marvel. Kevin Feige obviously loved what the filmmaker did with Deadpool and Wolverine, and they want to keep him around. Talking about his experience working with Marvel, Levy said, "This is the first time I'm coming into a franchise that existed before I created it. But whatever anxieties I had about working for the Marvel machine were unfounded. I've had as much creative freedom and empowerment on this movie as any movie I've ever made." So,
And that's for Deadpool 3.
That's for Deadpool, right?
Yeah.
So tacos on the table. Will Sean Levy do more work for the MCU?
Where are your tacos, young Phil? Since we're talking about Sean Levy,
my tacos are 100% on the table because I think Feige is like, this dude understands Marvel as a comic creator, understands Marvel as a nerd, and what fans want to see. Because again, every rumor that I've heard about Deadpool and Wolverine has all been, it's nothing but like fan service, but at the same time, it's not like blatant, like it's not fan service for fan service sake. Like it all serves the story.
Yeah.
Yeah, and if Deadpool and Wolverine like lands the way everybody thinks it's gonna land, and Feige puts his stamp of approval on this, I think everybody at Disney is gonna come at Sean and be like, "Hey, do our next project." Whether it's Lucas, whether it's more Marvel films, they're just gonna be like, "Yes, here, money. Just you want a ride? Here, take a ride. You can have Space Mountain. It's all yours. Do whatever you want."
Ride or die, bitch. That's what Disney's saying to him right now.
Yeah, my tacos are definitely on the table for anything Sean Levy.
Is it me? Am I up?
Yeah, you.
Okay.
All you.
So I'm gonna bring it down a little. here's my concerns. Sean Levy has been doing a lot of stuff with Ryan Reynolds lately, right? Like he did Free Guy, and they did the Atom Project, and now he's doing Deadpool and Wolverine. So he's got like this shorthand with Ryan Reynolds. And my thing on that is, will he be as good on another Marvel project that doesn't have Ryan Reynolds in it? Or will he rely on the actor or actors, depending on what he's doing, to put in? I don't know what happened.
Where'd he go?
No, I don't know what's going on. My internet all of a sudden just got like really slow.
I can hear you.
Yeah, we can hear you, but like there's nothing on the screen either. It's just us. But anyway,
maybe you didn't pay the bill.
See. There you go. So anyway, but that's my only thing, is that he knows about Ryan Reynolds and how Ryan Reynolds is, but is he is the reason that he's doing such a good job with Deadpool and Wolverine is because Ryan Reynolds loves Deadpool that much and loves comic books that much, so that he has the, you know what I'm saying? Like he has, what am I trying to say? That he has the control, or does he just let Ryan make that? Because Ryan knows the source material really well.
But I think part of it is that he has the clout, but I think Sean Levy is earning the respect and gaining that clout.
Yeah. Okay.
Speak.
That's my only, I'm not 100%. Hey, let me just go ahead and shove my tacos on the table, because he has been working with Ryan Reynolds so much. And so I'm going to say, okay, is this as good as Free Guy? Is this as good as the Atom Project? As far as that goes, because of his and Ryan's relationship.
Mm-hmm.
But I would be like, okay, this is the movie you're doing. I'm gonna really scrutinize this because I'm gonna see, is it a collaboration? Is he the one that's doing his research? Is he relying on, others to do the research? Because I feel like a strong director, especially for niche movies like Marvel, even though they're giant blockbusters, they're still niche movies. They have their own canon that, is he going to go wildly off canon, or is he going to stick with, what is he going to do? I want to know what the movie is.
Mm-hmm.
And I want to know, I would like to have more confidence in him. So I'm tentatively putting my tacos on the table with an option to remove them at any time that I see fit.
That's not, no, we don't do that. It's on the table or it's not.
Well, I'm going to put them on the table. And if I want to, I'm going to take them off. So as of right now, they're on the table.
All right.
I'm just saying, I feel like they're valid reasons. We have been, this director's amazing. And then we see what they've done and we're like, well, that was good. I don't know if it was amazing kind of thing. So.
Okay. All right. I like it. I like that. All right. What's our next one? Do I have it? Do you have it?
I think.
Is it me?
Ray, yeah.
Is it me? Sorry, my computer locked. Oh, it is me. Now he's just flirting with us. Giancarlo Esposito is about to make his MCU debut in the upcoming Captain America Brave New World. Hey, we saw him in the trailer. Yeah. And it still hasn't been revealed what character he will play. Some fans are saying, some fans say they thought he might play Dr. Doom. Others stated he might take on George Washington or G.W. Bridge. Now, Esposito has thrown a wrench in everyone's theories, stating that no one has actually guessed who his badass character is yet. The actor said at Fanboy Expo in Knoxville, "The character I'm playing is a badass. That always excites me. For me to develop that character in line with the character's inception is a fascinating art for me. I had an incredible time shooting it. I'm not telling you who I'm playing. People are trying to guess, and no one has guessed correctly yet. All I have to say is, stop flirting with me, Giancarlo." Esposito's mystery character is featured in the latest trailer. Who do you guys think he could be?
I don't know.
I have no clue.
I thought they had it with the GW Bridge thing because so many different news outlets were reporting, oh, it's going to be GW Bridge. Like even Matt reported about it the other day on Comic Book Nation. So
Well,
I don't know.
We said that we said that there was a rumor about it. We talked about it here, so it's not like
exactly.
I don't know.
I just wonder if it's going to be some kind of deep cut thing that we're just like missing because it's so deep cut.
Could it be somebody from Carl Lumley's Captain America's past?
That's what I kind of think that it is. I've been thinking it's somebody in that character's past. Also, he did mention that it's a brand new character.
Yeah. That
was made for the movie. So, and I think a lot of people are like just kind of like brushing over that fact that he said that. I don't think he's BSing. I think that he is a character that was created specifically for Carl Lumley's Captain America.
Yeah, I think maybe he was in the same like graduating class, because what's the cap? I can never remember as Isaiah
Bradley. Yeah.
Isaiah Bradley said that he wasn't the only one that was like that had taken that super soldier serum that gave him
that's a good one. Like maybe he's another super soldier.
Yeah, something like that.
Subject.
Like he's his Winter Soldier almost.
Yeah, because
not really, but you know what I mean, like that.
What if he's just like a badass character that they're like, oh yeah, this dude is so dope, we're making a comic for him.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah. There you go.
What if this is Isaiah Bradley's son? Because we've seen his grandson. Like maybe.
Oh man.
Oh, it could be that too.
Yeah,
and he's
that's
like pissed
interesting.
off
Yeah.
at
Maybe it has nothing to do with like it's just that he's a friend or he was in that same regiment. That's all I'm thinking is like a regiment thing. Like it's that kind of thing. Anyway,
He did mention he was a shield agent, which means that he would be Hydra. So
yeah, he could be Hydra. Yeah. So anyway, his mystery character is joined by Anthony Mackie, Liv Tyler, Shira Haas, Tim Blake Nelson, Rosa Salazar. I don't know why I had a problem with that. Danny Ramirez and Carl Lumley. I don't know why Salazar was the thing that gave me the hard time.
I couldn't. One week you were off. I couldn't say friend. I said friend.
Friend.
friend. And Phil Leap's like, it's friend.
yeah.
Like,
Okay, how about this?
Okay, there you go.
So, Phil.
Uh-huh.
When does Captain America: Brave New World arrive in theaters?
I don't know what day is it? It's Love Day.
11 days after Young Phil's birthday.
Oh no, it's on Hallmark money holiday.
Day. Well, a massacre happened on it.
Yeah, it's still a Hallmark holiday, no matter what you call it. February 14th.
Of 2025.
2025.
So does Giancarlo know who he's playing in Brave New World?
Tacos on the table. He's the only one that knows.
I'm gonna say no. I mean, my tacos are off the table. He doesn't know who he's playing.
Yeah. Shout out to Lawrence Iriarte in the chat right now over on Instagram. My man, I said it earlier in the show, but we released that interview. It's now live on our feed if you want to go check that out at some point.
Live.
Yeah, we could.
He said so. July 4th.
Yeah.
Yes. See,
Yeah.
that would have been good. They should have done that because that would have been amazing. Red, white, and blue. You got Han Solo. You got Altered Carbon. You got Breaking Bad. Who wouldn't want that on 4th of July?
I know, right? It'd be great to have.
I'm done.
That would have been a good idea.
Mhm.
Anyway. All right, let's keep it going. You may be cool, but you'll never be Nick Cage playing Spider-Man Noir cool.
You'll never be that cool.
You'll never be that cool. Nick Cage is going to be playing a live-action version of Spider-Man Noir in the upcoming Sony Marvel series Spider Noir, and some new information has surfaced regarding the version of Spider-Man he will be playing, because a lot of fans assume that he'd be playing a variant of Peter Parker. Well, it's kind of a variant.
It's a variant of a variant in that
variant
case.
of a variant. A new log line shared. What? Stop it.
He's a variant of a clone.
Yeah.
Just let him finish.
A new log line of the series Spider Noir will actually be Ben Reilly.
Yeah.
Interesting. Okay. This is not an synopsis because rumors don't have a synopsis.
This is not an synopsis because rumors don't have a synopsis. Synopsis.
Amazon Prime is set to bring a fresh twist to the Spider-Man saga with their upcoming show, Breaking from Tradition. This series will feature Nick Cage as Ben Reilly rather than the iconic Peter Parker. In the comics, Reilly was a clone of Parker who went on to take up the mantle of Scarlet Spider. Who played Scarlet Spider in Into the Spider-Verse?
Oh, Saturday Night Live. What's his name?
Sandberg?
Andy Samberg.
Yeah, that's right. There you go.
Yeah.
It's a different and unexpected take on the Spider Noir character, and we don't know if any of these of this origin of Reilly will remain. But given the series is set in the 30s, I'm sure that Cage's character will be Ben Reilly in name only. I guess so. I guess that's okay. Tacos on the table. Will we be Peter Free in the Spider Noir?
And Spidey Noir.
In Spidey Noir?
Spidey Noir.
What do you guys think?
I know. Jen, what do you think?
I don't know. That's really hard because Ben Reilly is a clone.
Yeah.
So you can't really have him unless it's a time travel thing where he goes back into the 30s and takes on this persona. Although it could be one of those like Joker things where he thinks he's in the 30s, but he's not really in the 30s, and we find that out later. And he's really just cracked.
That'd be so convoluted.
Yeah, it really would be. So
Yeah.
I'm gonna say my tacos aren't on the table. I want it to be Peter Parker.
Yeah, it's also stupid convoluted to make him Ben Reilly.
Mhm.
The thing is that Nicolas Cage is a massive comic book nerd,
Yeah.
and unless it makes sense, I don't think he would do it.
Mm-hmm.
So that's the thing is like, you know, if they go, hey, we're gonna make you Ben Reilly, and he's like, okay, but how? And they explain it in a way that makes sense that a clone of Peter Parker is walking around in 1930s New York.
Yeah, I don't know. I just can't. I can't see it. I just can't see it.
I think they do it. I think they do say it's Ben Reilly, but I think they do it just for the name and almost a little bit of separation. Like, you know, we had 3 Peter Parkers in the MCU. Now we have thousands in the Into the Spider-Verse. I think just being like, okay, this is a Ben Reilly. I don't think anybody's gonna bat an eyelash or go, whoa, wait a second. I think everybody's gonna be all right, cool. Show us a cool story that with Spider Noir.
I mean, you know,
Put that in your
everybody gets
taco and eat it.
To be wrong every now and then.
And I just feel like it's a weird choice. Like it feels like one of those things where it's somebody at like the creative table that doesn't really know much about comics, but is like, oh well, Ben Reilly's supposed to be another Spider-Man character, right? Like, you know, Scarlet Spider. People really like that character, so why don't we make him Ben Reilly? Oh yeah, that's a good concept. Let's do that. Let's make him Ben Reilly instead of Peter Parker. Like, again, if it doesn't make sense, it's Hollywood trying to say, let's do something new and edgy. But the problem with that is you alienate the fans.
So I think about that. I think Sony could definitely do what you're saying and do it wrong.
Mm-hmm.
But I think Marvel will step in and be like, hey, don't ruin this any more than you've already ruined the Spider-Verse. Let us give our 2 cents. And on top of that, I think Amazon Prime will go like, what's Sony? What are you saying? And they're going to be like, all right, so this is what Sony says. Experts, what do you think? Bad idea? Yeah. Okay, Sony, bad idea. Don't do that.
Yeah, I'm hoping that Amazon steps in because they've got a pretty good track record right now, right? Like there's that, and then also the creatives behind the show are the creatives behind the Spider-Verse movies.
Right.
So I feel like if it's them, you know, putting this all together, again, if they're going to do something with Ben Reilly, it's going to make sense on the level of them, right? And it could easily be that it is something Spider-Verse like Spider-Verse adjacent, where a version of Ben Reilly is in the multiverse and then ends up there, gets stuck, and is like, well, let's make the best out of this, and he becomes Spider-Man Noir.
Yeah,
it could be that. I mean, I could see that. But I like what the DeLong family cosplay said. He's a young Uncle Ben.
There you go.
That might be interesting.
Yeah. That would be interesting. I don't think there's anywhere in the comics where Ben Parker has ever been a Spider-Man. So I think that would actually be a cool concept.
A Spiderman.
Yeah, because that actually would work for the multiverse, because there are different characters within the Spider-Verse that have become Spider-Man that wasn't Peter Parker, but are like Peter Parker adjacent. So
that was the last rumor.
All right. Well, ladies and gentlemen, that is it for starting rumors. Let's jump into the meaty part of the show.
The top titty meat.
Meaty like James's thighs.
Mm-hmm.
It is now time for the download.
Like tree trunks meaty. You know what I mean? Thick thighs.
I'm just going to start calling you an int.
Yep.
Treebeard.
Thick thighs Jahmez. That was my name back in the day.
So considering how much news we have and how much time we have, we're gonna do the headliners style on here. We're gonna be going pretty quick here, guys. But Lawrence just said, yeah, super thick.
Yep.
Wow.
Lawrence knows what I'm talking about.
Looking at that ass.
Filipinos got them thick thighs. You know what I'm saying?
Got that Pinoy thick thighs.
Okay.
Andrew said meaty
Get
like
it all
beef
out.
barbecue.
Nicaraguans got the pasty nipples. Filipinos got them
Yeah.
thick thighs. All right.
Yeah.
Jesus. All right. Well, we're gonna start with very sad news because we have a lot of sad news to start with. So let's get this out of the way here.
We're gonna be okay, Shelly.
Yeah.
You can rest now. Shelley Duval, the iconic actress, best known from films such as The Shining and Popeye, has passed away due to complications from diabetes at her home in Blanco, Texas. She was 75 years old. Her death was announced by her longtime partner, Dan Gilroy. He said in a statement to The Hollywood Reporter, "My dear, sweet, wonderful life partner and friend left us. Too much suffering lately. Now she's free. Fly away, beautiful Shelley." Our hearts and condolences go out to her family and friends.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Amazing actress.
Mm-hmm. I
Too
love
soon, too
Popeye.
soon.
I loved her in Popeye.
I mean,
And go ahead.
I was gonna say The Shining, of course, Popeye. Shelley Duvall has been in a lot of things, and it's sad to hear her passing. You know, especially with like it being complications with diabetes and things like that. But like, you know,
Yeah, and I mean, she did like The Shining and Popeye and Nashville. She was in all these amazing movies. And then she, in like her second career almost, she did something called Fairy Tale Theater, where she had all these celebrities that she knew would come and do retellings of fairy tales. And I loved that series. I think I watched every single one of them. And I just feel like she did so much. She wanted that because she wanted kids to, be able to see their favorite celebrities doing, being Prince Charming or being Cinderella or, just different things. And she was in a couple of them and she introduced every single one of them. So it was really good. So not only was she an amazing actress, but she also was a very caring and amazing person. So yeah, she'll definitely
and not just that, like Lawrence is saying in the chat, without her, Tim Burton would never have been discovered. She brought Tim Burton into that, and eventually that got him Batman.
Yep. And she was discovered by Robert Altman. She was I think she was a waitress in Houston, and he discovered her there. So she's from Texas. She was a Texas girl. So
yeah,
gotcha.
So and then next, another one. It's too soon. Don't walk away, Renee. Shannen Doherty has died after years of living with cancer. She was 53 and she died too soon. It is with a heavy heart that I confirm the passing of actress Shannen Doherty. On Saturday, July 13th, she lost her battle with cancer after many years of fighting the disease. Doherty's longtime publicist, Leslie Sloan, confirmed in an exclusive statement to People on Sunday, July 14th. The devoted daughter, sister, aunt, and friend was surrounded by her loved ones, as well as her dog, Bowie. The family asked for their privacy at this time so they can grieve in peace, Sloan continued. Shannen has appeared in several popular TV shows like Little House on the Prairie, Beverly Hills 90210, and Charmed. She joined the View Askew universe as Renee Mosier in Mallrats and was set to return for the Jay and Silent Bob reboot. Rest in peace, Shannen. You will be missed.
Yeah, and during the interview with Brian O'Halloran and Marilyn Gigliotti, somebody brought that up, and Brian couldn't hold it in. He was like, I heard about it this morning. He started crying.
Yeah, I brought it up during when somebody mentioned Mallrats, and he wouldn't go past it. He's like, hey, we have to stop and acknowledge Shannen. She was an amazing person. So I'm glad Brian did that. That was awesome.
Yeah.
And he was choked up. He was crying. They were in Mallrats together. He was very he was grieving as well.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yep.
All right.
She touched a lot of lives.
She did.
All right, let's keep it going. Another reminder of the shifting landscape in the entertainment industry. This is, for some reason, I thought it happened already, but I guess it didn't. Chicken Soup for the Soul Entertainment, the parent company of Redbox, has filed for bankruptcy. This is the challenge of physical media in the age of streaming. This is like the last holdout, it feels like. Like
It's
these
Blockbuster all over again.
Exactly. These little red boxes outside 7-Elevens and whatnot. Deadline reports that Chicken Soup for the Soul Entertainment filed for Chapter 11 bankruptcy protection. The company, an offshoot of the famed self-help book series, this is crazy, amassed nearly $1 billion in debt and struggled to meet payroll and employee benefits obligations in 2022. The company acquired Redbox for $375 million they will never get back. Retail giants Best Buy and Target have already announced plans to cease selling DVDs and Blu-rays in their stores. A 2023 report from Digital Entertainment Group revealed that physical media accounted for 3.6% of U.S. home video revenue.
That is ridiculous.
Yeah, it is.
I
It's
mean,
crazy.
that I cannot. Okay.
So
This is where I'm going to be old, but that is ridiculous. Okay, let's go.
2 years ago, they spent $375 million on this. And then the report last year said it only accounted for 3.6% of U.S. home video. That is nuts. So thanks, Redbox, trying to view your screen outside the 7-Eleven while the sun is glaring in your eye and 3 people are impatiently waiting behind you. You will be missed.
That is oddly accurate.
I've never gotten a Redbox.
I haven't either.
Yeah.
I have. And that's where I got the joke.
When Netflix would send you DVDs.
Yeah.
I'm in line and I'm sweating and I'm trying to look for what movies are available. People are patiently or impatiently behind me.
You get the mean mug.
Yeah. You'd hear the tapping of the DVD cases. Like, come on. Anyway.
I just want to return this movie.
Yeah.
Well, let's workshop a name for a hotel for filmmakers.
Yeah. What?
Francis Ford Coppola has announced he is launching a hotel for filmmakers called the All Movie Hotel in Georgia's Peachtree City outside of Atlanta.
Genius.
The hotel has 27 rooms and all.
Maybe we can stay there if we do go to Atlanta.
Yeah, there you go.
The hotel has 27 rooms and all the suites were designed by Coppola himself. The hotel also features a state-of-the-art production facility with 2 edit suites and a laser projection and Meyer Sound 2.1 monitoring, 2 edit bays, offices, ADR recording room, and a conference room. Coppola was inspired to create this hotel while filming his latest project, Megalopolis, in Atlanta, and was looking to build something that offered hospitality and the functionality needed to make films on any scale. The filmmaker said, "When I didn't want to think about the movie, I would think about this hotel, and when I didn't think about the hotel, I'd think about the movie." The All Movie Hotel was previously a Days Inn motel, and the whole thing was obviously remodeled to fit Coppola's vision. He said, "We had to build 6 suites, and then we needed mini suites. We had to have special effects facilities and rehearsal facilities, even a little stage that we could shoot in," which we did shoot in this picture. Coppola actually conducted all of his post-production work for Megalopolis at this hotel and even did some reshoots there as well.
Wow.
The hotel also includes a 30-seat screening room. The director added that the hotel offers a crew the ability to live and intimately connect.
Yeah, they do.
That, in that context, does not sound right. The hotel's screening room was named after filmmaker Dorothy Arzner. She was one of the few female directors of the silent era, and she taught Coppola when she was a film student at UCLA. He said of her, I benefited from the fact that she sort of liked me. She was always very encouraging. The hotel will open to the public on July 25th.
Just in time for Deadpool.
Okay, so we know Atlanta's like the hotbed for Hollywood. It's the new Hollywood, right? For TV and movies.
Atlanta.
Hot Atlanta. I think it's a great idea. The name? Come on.
I know. What the hell?
And they even did the sign on the sheet here. All movie hotel. Oh my god. It's like somebody did it in clip art.
That's exactly what it looks like. You would think that this was just a hotel that had a movie theater in it.
Yeah. So here's what I want to know. Since he basically redesigned all of them, how many of them have horse heads in the bed?
That's not bad.
Good pull. Good pull. That is a very good pull. Especially because it's Coppola, right? So it's like
right. That's why I said it.
That's pretty good. That's pretty good. I bet they serve as wine there too. Yeah, you know they do.
You know, I wonder. Hot tub. Did it say anything about hot tub? I wonder what the pool situation is.
I don't know, but
what is this intimately connecting of crew members? Yeah. I mean, crew members are going to do it anyway, but come on, people. Have a hotel.
They just said it out loud. Well, moving on, guys.
Wash that trench coat every once in a while, will ya? There's they've released a new image from the upcoming film Hellboy: The Crooked Man, giving us a look at actor Jack Kesey in the role of Hellboy. The movie is directed by Brian Taylor, with a script written by franchise creator Mike Mignola and Chris Golden. Mignola previously talked about the film, calling it the most faithful adaptation yet. He also talked about Brian Taylor's dark horror vision of the film, saying his intention is to make a horror movie. So that'll be nice. That'll be interesting. I read the new draft of the screenplay yesterday, and yes, it's definitely R. It's the first Hellboy script that I read, and I went, oh, it's a horror movie, which is what I wanted. Taylor does not have a reputation as a horror movie director, but so far, we've had 2 horror movie directors make Hellboy movies, and we've never gotten a horror film. Interesting. Okay. The more I see from this movie, the more I'm into this. I'm like, okay, I kind of want to see what happens with Hellboy. Anyway, I have a BPRD means opsis. Demons have family synopsis.
BPRD means opsis. Demons have family synopsis.
The story is based on the comic of the same name and is the story Hellboy teams up with a rookie BPRD agent named Tom Farrell, and they find themselves stranded in 1950s rural Appalachia. There, they discover a small community haunted by witches, led by a local devil, with a troubling connection to Hellboy's past, the Crooked Man. The story will expand Hellboy's world through one of the most beloved issues of the comic series. All right, I dig this. The movie
local devils, as opposed to devils that are not from the area,
they're like
born devils.
They're like Yukai, not like Lucifer.
You got to go local, like farm to fork. You got to go local. You got to go farm.
If you want that demon meat, you really do have to local.
It's got to be fresh. Got to be fresh.
Outsource
local
that. Can't
devils.
do that.
Yeah, that's how you want your demons. The movie is expected to be released later this year. Okay, all right.
A whole bunch of people, and I mean, this is excuse me, this is also a I mean, technically it's just like a big budget fan film.
Really, it is.
Yeah.
I think Mike Mignola doing the script, though, I think is awesome because he did create Hellboy, so he would know.
Yep.
It's unless he's like Alan Moore, but doesn't sound like he is.
Exactly.
Yeah, he's not. Yeah. He's not a dick that doesn't want people to do anything with his properties.
I didn't say anything like that. I'd like to meet Alan Moore, and I don't really want him bringing that up. That I said that.
He probably will, but I said it. I love your property still. Just
Stop Stop being such a gatekeeper.
Yeah, seriously, man. All right, well, let's move on here. Hawkins, Hawktua, one more time.
Wow.
The creative team behind Stranger Things 5 is halfway through production, and to celebrate, Netflix has released a behind-the-scenes video that gives us first official look at some footage from the series. 1 second here.
No, we'll wait. I mean, if you got other things to do, go ahead.
I mean,
No,
we're
I
not-
was,
we're
uh,
not doing
pause
a live
everything.
show or
I'm
anything.
just acknowledging what people are saying on Instagram. All right, and
You could acknowledge us. You know.
so Awesameng, who found us at the con over the weekend.
Oh, what's up? Awesome.
He just asked, has anyone told you you remind me of Sal from Impractical Jokers?
Sal
you?
Volcano.
Yeah, apparently me.
Not
Sal
me.
Volcano is funny.
Just less Italian.
That's a compliment because Sal Volcano is funny.
He is. He actually is a really funny dude.
All right.
Nobody's ever said that to me, but I get Turtle from the Entourage a lot.
That makes sense.
That totally makes sense.
It came with the following note. Get a look behind the scenes of the making of the 5th and final season of Stranger Things as they hit the halfway mark of filming, and welcome Nell Fisher, Jake Conley, and Alex Bro to the cast. When talking about the final season, co-creator Ross Duffer previously shared that his final chapter of the story is going to be an emotional arc for Will Byers and that it will tie the entire series together. When previously describing Stranger Things 5, the writing team said the next chapter of the story is like if season 1 and 4 had a baby and then that baby was injected with steroids. What a description of a season. While we don't know much about what the story will entail, we do know the final episodes circle back to season 1.
I
So we
don't
do
know much.
What?
I don't know much, but I know I love you.
That's not the
While
option.
you're doing that, why don't you do the synopsis thing on there?
And
for folks?
okay, sorry. I do have a heading back to Hawkins Opsis to close a Hellmouth synopsis.
Heading back to Hawkins Opsis to close a Hellmouth synopsis. Again, another compliment right here. So Awesome Man said, you guys have the same energy and you're both funny.
Wow, Phil's got such the fan club now.
I know.
Fangirls. He's got a fanboy.
Now he's never gonna shut his hell mouth.
Fan
Oh,
people.
James, if you did more shows with us like you're supposed to, maybe you'd have more fans.
I'm on a limit.
Yeah.
Really
I have
think
my
you
own fans. I don't need
at
to, go touting him around. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, he's
got
like,
my
I have my own fans. They just
I got
happen
my
to be like my twins and my son, but I mean still,
Hey,
And
fan's a
Bluey.
fan.
and Bluey.
Fan's a fan.
Bluey is a fan of his.
Yeah.
Stranger Things is set in the fictional town of Hawkins, Indiana in the 1980s and follows a group of friends as they investigate supernatural occurrences and government conspiracies as it plunges the small Midwestern town into an apocalyptic nightmare. The season 4 finale brings the story back to Hawkins, and there's a rift that was ripped open between Hawkins and the Upside Down by the villain Vecna. Stranger Things 5 will be the last time 11, Mike, Dustin, Lucas, Max, and the rest of the Hawkins gang are all together for the one last fight against the villainous Vecna. Stranger Things Season 5 is set to hit Netflix in 2025.
5 and 25.
5 and 25, everybody.
25.
So Will was the kid that was taken in the Upside Down in season 1, and then they got him back by the end of season 1. But
Right.
then he had something stuck in him, or
There was
was
something
possessed.
Stuck under his bowl cut. Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah,
all right.
Yeah, no, he pooped out a slug.
Okay, yeah. See, I stopped watching after season 1, so I'm just saying.
Mm-hmm.
That's all I have to say about it. Okay,
I'm looking forward to it.
What?
I was gonna say I'm looking forward to it. I want to see how they wrap up Stranger Things. I like Stranger Things. Watched everything. Same thing with Umbrella Academy. I watched everything. I just I'm a little tired of Umbrella Academy though, so I kind of want to just see how it wraps it up. I'm a little bit more excited for the Stranger Things finale, but it's really just kind of a wrapping of the original series, and then we're gonna get some spin-offs, which is all right. That's cool. Let's see what happens. All right, what do we got next?
Well, we're going Commando. Now, I wrote this before I realized that this episode was going to be a lot more naughty.
Oh, young Phil's going Commando. Thanks to all his fangirls.
I actually am going Commando right now. Do you guys want to see?
No.
I do. About as much as I want to see your nipples.
Sensitive nipples. All right. James Gunn's DCU will kick off with the Creature Commandos animated series.
Oh, yeah. Creature Commandos.
And this show is going to set the tone for the future of the DC franchise. Producer Dean Laurie says that the fans will be really encouraged by the tone that it sets for the rest of the franchise. He told The Wrap that, and that's Wrap with W, that's going to be the first expression of James Gunn's DC universe. We're considering that canon, and I think it expresses his perspective tonally on where he wants the universe to go. It's Suicide Squad. He's done it. People aren't going to be surprised by what it is, but I think they'll be really encouraged to see how completely it's going to inform this new version of the DCU, which I'm very excited about. Yeah, he sounds like that.
Yeah,
I actually have
exactly
no idea.
what he sounds like. I was actually going to ask you, it was like, is that what you think he sounds like?
I have no idea. So I do have a synopsis. James Gunn Opsis first DCU canon synopsis.
Ooh.
James Gunnopsis first DCU canon synopsis. Synopsis.
I feel like we can milk that at least until the fifth one, and then we have to move. Okay. The new series picks up directly after our Peacemaker season 1 finale. God damn it, I have to watch that. Which leaves Waller with her hands tied operationally. Well, I hear she likes them tied non-operationally as well. Meaning that she's no longer able to get away with putting human lives on the line to carry out her clandestine, morally questionable missions. Instead, she recruits a ragtag band of misfits, not unlike the Suicide Squad and Peacemaker. The voice cast includes David Harbour of Stranger Things as Eric Frankenstein, or is it Frankenstein? Sean Gunn as Weasel and G.I. Robot. Frank Grillo as Rick Flag Sr. Maria Bakalova as Princess Ilana Rostovich. Indira Varma as the bride. Zoe Chow as Nina Makursky. Alan Tudyk as Dr. Phosphorus, and Steve Agee will reprise his role as John McConomus from Peacemaker. Creature Commandos will premiere on Max in December of 2024.
Oh, that's coming. I'm excited for that.
I am too.
Yeah.
And I love the picture that they have there.
Yeah, I dig that too.
I think it looks so cool. I think it's going to be fun.
Yeah. And I kind of like that they're not making Suicide Squad like more of a cash grab. You know, they're like, okay, that's in our past. We're moving on. You know, James Gunn told that story. He's told the Peacemaker story. This is really like an arc for Amanda Waller of her going through like, all right, I used up this team, can't do it. Used up Peacemaker. Now what? Now what am I going to do? Oh, let me use these other creatures. You know, that sort of thing. So
she's just burning bridges and
exactly. I'm okay with that.
Exploding heads.
Let's do it.
Yeah. And DeLong family, you guys are friends of the show. That's not groupie. That's the step up from groupie is friends of the show.
Right. Exactly.
I made that executive level decision. So going from creatures to sister, the ones I want. Ooh, 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 honey.
Those are the ones that I want.
Can you tell what I was doing today? All right. After Star Wars fans review bombed Leslie Headland's The Acolyte series, another group of Star Wars fans that like the show are campaigning for a second season. It's like versus. It's like blue versus red. There are a lot of posts on Twitter, never X, right now with fans calling for a renewal with hashtag Renew the Acolyte, currently trending on the platform. Headland already has some ideas for season 2 that she's been developing with her creative team. The season finale / possible series finale is on Disney Plus right meow.
Did they drop it early?
No, it comes out at 6 p.m. Pacific time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know why I thought that came out on Wednesdays.
Nope.
Because you're thinking of the old model when they did have everything come out on Wednesdays, but now they have too many shows coming out at once, so they couldn't share Wednesday anymore. So Star Wars took Tuesday and Marvel stuck with Wednesday.
Gotcha.
Mhm.
Okay.
So yeah, so there's that.
I'm with
that's
it.
Going.
I'm 100% with it. Like, again, I like the show. There's a lot of people who complain and make the most superficial like complaints about the show in general, but it's like half the complaints people are complaining about are like they're looking for reasons to complain.
But but the other half are valid. Let's not, if you're gonna.
I'm rewatching it. I've been kind of rewatching it over the last few weeks. I feel like maybe the Acolyte's Achilles heel is that they took too long to set up the twins.
Yeah.
They gave us OSHA's version, the version that we were told, and then waited a long time before they gave us the other side. And I think that is what it is. I think the story is solid. I think they probably could have gone a lot further than they did, but they kept it back a little because they didn't want to upset actual Lucasfilms. But I think we needed the May version or the actual real, like what really happened on the jet. Like what did the Jedi really do? We needed that sooner. So I think pacing wise, I think it's kind of been all over the place, but I think like all the fight scenes have been amazing. I absolutely adore Manny Jacinto. I think Amandla what's her last name? Amandla
Steinberg.
I think she is just knocking it out of the park. She's having to do twice the work and she's just nailing it. I loved Jackie. I loved and the guy that played Yord. I thought they were good. I don't think we got enough of them. I would have liked to have seen a little bit of that. Love Space Trinity. I mean, I think everybody's really doing a good job. I love Soul. I think Soul is the soul of the show. And I loved his frustration and stuff. And I loved seeing that about him. And so I think that I think what the Acolyte suffered from is that they wanted to take risks, but they kept themselves back from some of the risks, and the pacing was a little weird. Been a little weird. So anyway, that's my thing. But I really love it. I wanted to have a second season. I want more.
Yeah.
Give me more.
I'm just going to clear this up right now because Say Wong is basically calling me a shill right now for Disney. I am not a shill for Disney. I wish Disney paid me money to say things like this. Yeah. I genuinely like the show. I think that it's adding to the lore. It is doing things in Star Wars that are explaining certain things, and I get it. Like a lot of people are pissed off. That's like, oh, well, Anakin's he's not special anymore. No, Anakin is still special. Okay, Anakin still was the balance to the Force. Just because some Force witches decided that they were going to experiment with the Force, and you get the process that creates Anakin Skywalker, doesn't mean that Anakin Skywalker is no longer special for what he is.
Anakin was created by the Force in retaliation to what Plagueis was doing.
Right.
And so who do we think pushed the witches in that particular direction.
Right.
To make this as a, who knows, this could have been the 47th attempt.
Right. Because the
And-
whole thing is like what we do know is that Plagueis learned the process from Force Witches. You know, it was always assumed that he learned that process from the witches of Dathomir. But the thing is that it was never explained. They just said that he learned it from Force Witches. So these obviously these Force Witches here went through the process. If we have season 1, they spoilers, they showed in the last episode that the one mother survived. She just like fucking she deuced it out of there, and then everybody got killed.
Yeah. So yeah, and then Saewon saying that they're following the Andor model for pace. So Andor,
amazing.
Yeah, Andor's pace was fine.
Yeah.
It was just the grittiness. Andor is the gritty on the like ground every day, you pound that rock kind of show. And Acolyte shouldn't be that. Acolyte is the glossy lightsabers, good versus evil, but is it really good? And is the evil really evil? That's the question. That's the mystery. That's what we should be doubting right now. And I don't have any doubt in the Jedi.
Well, one of the things with this is, I get it. Like on a week-to-week basis, non-linear storytelling is a little bit hard to keep up with.
Mm-hmm.
And that's kind of part of the problem is they are doing non-linear storytelling. But like the stories, if you compound the stories and look at them in the stories that are going on in the episode, they're great.
Yeah. Oh
you
yeah.
know, all it is that they're not going, they're not telling the same exact part of the story week to week. They're going to different parts of the story to give you more context to go into the next part. I don't get why that's fine in Deadpool because it's a movie, but it's not okay in the TV series.
I also think that once the show is once the first season is done, you'll be able to watch it from beginning to end and see the whole thing and understand it. That's why I just said that I felt that the other side should have happened sooner.
Yeah.
And that was, I just really feel like it should have, because I think that would have helped the pacing.
Right.
So, but I get it. I understand. And, I love it. I want a second season. James, what do you think?
I agree with what you all are saying, but I will not make excuses for this. I've had a few conversations with people, including people that have been part of the Star Wars and some of the production. And there are definite problems with Acolyte. I want to love this more, but there's some poor execution, like what you said, pacing.
Mm-hmm.
There's some pacing issues. The way they do the flashbacks, being an entire episode where they could have broken this into chunks and been like, let's tell 10 minutes of this story in episode 3 and then the rest in episode 4 and make it more of an ongoing thing versus taking an entire episode, drop it in, and then 2 weeks later pick up where you left off and nothing connects and nothing delivers is bad storytelling. It's bad storytelling. Setting up this arc of what happened at I forgot the name of the planet, but
Brendon.
What happened there? What happened with this incident? What happened to the Jedi? What happened to the twins? What happened to the witches? Like the whole setup and what they gave us at the end with Soul and whatnot, under delivered. The one thing I take out of this is that Soul and Chimere are kind of mirrored because they both had this weird yearning for an apprentice. They both wanted to be a master, and they, this whole let's go get the twins sort of thing that Soul did was, for Jedi who are supposed to be selfless, was super selfish.
Yeah.
He should not have gone in there trying to get them, letting alone ripping them apart and making that decision to rip them away. And then at the very end, he made a very emotional decision to stab the mother.
But I think that's also part of like what they're trying to tell in the story is you know, we are on that kind of like fall of the Jedi path,
Mhm.
and it's partially like that's part of the reason for it. Is decisions like that are more emotional than they are.
These are, for being the high point of the Jedi, these are the most like emotional Jedi we've ever run across. The
But
way
it's also
Soul's
not just the hype.
reacting to things.
Yeah, it's not just the high point though, because this is also supposed to be the end of the High Republic going into the fall, the fall of the Republic itself.
Yeah, this is
This is what
and
kicks off the events that give us the fall of the Jedi.
right. And I also
I think we're just
this-
jumping to conclusions for things.
Yeah.
Sorry to cut you off, but I also think like the way they set up Kelnaka and the way they set up what's his other name of the other
Corbin.
Torben, like the way they decided to take on this guilt, and they weren't even part of this decision with Soul and the fire. Like, come on, what? Unless they wrap something up in this final episode of the season that connects Kelnaka and Torben, like,
Well,
I
they
don't see
did
it.
that already.
It-
Kilnaka was possessed by the witches, just like Torben was. And
But how does that guilt set in on you?
it's not that, it's that they're still in their heads. They were weak. So it is all guilt based. Like this
So
whole
they're bad
show
Jedi.
is guilt based. They don't feel that they're strong enough to be Jedi anymore. That's the thing. So when I was rewatching today, I watched the episode where they're talking so Osha has now, they found out May's alive
Mhm.
and they're going to confront her. So it's what, episode 2, episode 3? I think it's episode 2. And Yord's like, no, we have to take Osha. Like, aren't we taking Osha back to Coruscant? And he said, no, she's going with us. And Yord's like, but, and he said, the Jedi said so. Like, he's like, the Jedi. And so I'm like, not the Council, the Jedi.
Mm-hmm.
So does that mean that Saul doesn't believe he's a Jedi anymore? And so now I'm like, okay, I'm questioning everything. And then I'm like, well, is it just that they wrote the Jedi instead of the Council? So so now I'm like, I don't know. So I want to see the last episode just to see what is going on. But I think Saul's actually Sith now.
Yeah. Well,
Just
we do have to
anyway,
move on.
Let's move on. Yes, we can talk about this forever. And
we're gonna move on and move over, Mad Eye Moody. Last week, we reported a rumor that Brendon Gleeson has joined Nick Cage in the upcoming Spider Noir series. Variety has confirmed the rumor to be true. They also revealed it's going to be Spider Noir. It will be debuted domestically. This is interesting. Debuted domestically on MGM's linear channel, MGM Plus's linear channel, and then I think globally, meaning like the next day on Amazon Prime. So it's one of those where this is our last ditch effort to make, you know, cable TV-ish relevant.
Right.
Again, no information on who Gleeson will be playing, but the possibilities are endless. Spider Noir is being developed by Oren Uzel and Steve Lightfoot, who are also serve as co-showrunners and executive producers. They developed the series with the Into the Spider-Verse team of Phil Lord, Chris Miller, and Amy Pascal, all of whom will be executive producing. Harry Bradbeer will executive produce and direct the first 2 episodes. How many executive producers can you have? I still wonder who Brendon Gleeson could be playing.
Yeah, no, I mean, there's a lot that he could play, but I mean,
yeah,
considering it's a 1930s version of Spider-Man, he could play anybody.
I think he's playing Uncle Ben.
Maybe he's playing prison chef. Look at that picture. Maybe it's like prison chef in the 1930s.
I thought, did any of you ever watch Strawberry Shortcake? No, you didn't, your guys. The Purple Pie Maker.
The Purple Pie Maker.
That was, yeah. He wears a hat like that.
Yeah.
Anyway.
All right, let's keep it going.
All right, well, let's move on. Of course, more news that I'm excited for because hello, dysfunctional bromance. Also, the joke that you guys have written at the end of this just has me. Oh, it's the other one. has me just crying. Kevin Feige recently opened up about the R rating of Deadpool and Wolverine, calling it the most wholesome R-rated movie anybody could ever see. I love that. So much so that I named myself after it. The creative team behind the film went all out on the movie, and Disney and Marvel supported the vision of the creative team, so nothing was really compromised while developing the film. While speaking with Deadline, Feige was asked if Deadpool and Wolverine was the beginning of an edgier era for the MCU. He responded, I think we've been edgy in the past, but my favorite thing is that we span all types of genres and tones. I think it gets a lot of attention that this is our first R-rated movie, but it is the third R-rated Deadpool movie. So we wanted to stay true to what Ryan has built over those last couple of movies. We weren't trying to undo that. He continued, I will say Hugh and Ryan have talked about this, and I think people can tell from the trailer and from the press tour so far, yes, it's R-rated. Yes, there's some language and blood, but the film is incredibly emotional. He goes on to explain, I keep calling it the most wholesome R-rated film that anybody can ever see. It really is a celebration of friendship and family and a found family. I don't want to overdo it, but for all the R-rated raunchiness that gets attention, when people see the movie, it's going to be about how heartfelt it is. In my opinion, much more than the first two Deadpool films. That's why I'm really excited about it. Once people get past the F words and the R rating to see how sweet it is. It's so cute.
Will this be the last Opsis? Time to talk about this movie synopsis.
Will this be the last Opsis? Time we talk about this movie synopsis. The film takes place 6 years after the events of Deadpool 2. Wade was hung up in his uniform. Wade has hung up his uniform.
Wait, was hung up in his uniform. I love that. That's much better
it
than
sounds
me.
so much better, right? Wade has hung up his uniform. He's no longer dating Vanessa, and he's working as a used car salesman. While celebrating his birthday with his friends, agents of the Time Variance Authority pluck Wade out of his reality and bring him to meet their boss, Mr. Paradox, who informs Deadpool that there's a bigger fate in store for him. This is the start of the grand multiverse time-jumping adventure with Wolverine as they find themselves facing off with the villain Cassandra Nova. Deadpool and Wolverine will hit theaters on July 26th. Yes, only like a week and a half away.
Yeah, so that synopsis that I did might have been out of frustration a little bit.
Synopsis. I wonder if it's going to make more than Inside Out 2, because Inside Out 2 is killing it.
Well, let's talk about that.
Yeah.
It got me all in the fields. Pixar's blockbuster sequel Inside Out 2 has become the studio's highest grossing film of all time, raking in $1.25 billion worldwide. Just a month since it was released on June 14th on Tuesday. It passed Pixar's Incredibles 2, $1.243 billion. I didn't even know it made that much money.
Yeah.
This accomplishment makes the Kelsey Mann directed Juggernaut the number 4 animated film ever on a worldwide basis. Wow. And this is even before Japan's opening on August 1st.
Oh, so it's going to get another big boost.
Yeah.
What's going on in Japan? Like, release this movie. Why are you waiting like 2 months to release this movie?
Japan does Japan things, okay?
They need to get on a new calendar. But I do have a new emotions opsis. Teens are so emo synopsis.
New emotions opsis. Teens are so emo in the synopsis.
Pixar's Inside Out 2 returns to the mind of newly minted teenager Riley as headquarters is undergoing a sudden demolition to make room for something entirely unexpected. New emotions: joy, sadness, anger, fear, and disgust, who've long been running a successful operation by all accounts, aren't sure how to feel when anxiety shows up, and it looks like she's not alone. This is such a good movie. I don't know if you guys saw this. I saw this, and I loved it.
I want to watch it. I haven't seen it yet.
I loved
Haven't
it.
seen the first one. My child
first one
is
is really good.
21 years old.
friend of the show. One of our friends of the show is in the movie.
Really?
Yeah.
Was it Paul Walter Hauser?
No, it's not Paul Walter Hauser.
Who?
Think about it.
Is it Maya Hawke?
No. It's a friend of the show. Someone we actually know.
Bing Bong?
Bing Bong. Yeah, it's Bing Bong. Bing Bong is definitely the person that we know in real life that's in that movie.
Yeah, I don't know who you're talking about. You want to say it, or you want to? Is this going to be your new trivia question since we ruined the other trivia question for you?
Did we really ruin that? I'm sorry.
The chat ruined it. Mary
It was
Gibbs.
Bambi?
No, Mary Gibbs.
Is she in it?
Mary Gibbs plays young Riley.
Wait, okay, I was gonna say, is Mary Gibson Bambi?
Yeah, they used her the same baby recordings that she did.
Yeah. So they used recordings that they didn't use for Monsters Inc.
as Baby Riley.
As Baby Riley.
Oh wow, that's cool. So guys, Paul Walter Hauser is embarrassment in this.
Oh, that's funny.
Oh yeah, that's right. Paul Walter Hauser is in this. He plays embarrassment. So that Paul Walter Hauser is an acting ninja. He is all over the place. All right,
I still don't know who he is. Let's just go with that. I recognize the name now. I'm gonna have to. I don't know. I'll have to watch some.
And boom, you're a penguin. Is that too random?
Nope.
Okay,
Not for this.
Just making sure it is. Boom Studios, publisher of Keanu Reeves' Berserker, has been. I'm not going to make the joke. Berserker has been.
Berserker.
Has been acquired by Penguin Random House.
I'm like contemplating whether I should do the comment and the joke from Clerks or not. Has been acquired by Penguin Random House in a major shakeup for the comics world. This marks the latest behind-the-scenes change for Boom since the company's founding in 2005. In recent years, Penguin Random House has become a growing player in the comics industry, handling distribution and marketing for DC and direct market distribution for Marvel Comics, Dark Horse Comics, IDW Publishing, and more. It is unclear how this deal affects Boom's distribution deal with Diamond Comics distributors, nor is it clear if layoffs are coming for the employees of the publisher. But comicbook.com, friends of the show, comicbook.com, learned that July 10th was the last day Philip Sablik was the president of publishing and marketing at Boom Studios.
Boom.
This really was unexpected.
What's unexpected is how Philip Sablik spells his name. I don't like that. With an F instead of a PH?
That's actually how most people.
No, it's not.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah, that's the Spanish spelling.
I don't like it. Mm-hmm. Well, what do you guys think? Boom.
Boom.
Like I said, it really was unexpected. I mean, and Penguin Random House of all companies,
I could see, like, since they've been like kind of adding assets as far as like publishing wise, they could be they might take over Diamond.
Yeah, I mean, like for Random House to pick it up, I think that's probably them just saying like, okay, well, we already sell a bunch of kids like books and whatnot.
Mm-hmm.
Let's jump into the comic book market. Oh, Boom's not doing well. Let's buy them.
Yeah.
Yeah, could be.
Yeah.
Or they
I
could be
wonder for
looking...
the creatives what it's going to be like.
Yeah, because Random House has been a powerhouse in like children's books for like the longest time. So, this is them expanding into a different market.
It could be them looking to the future and being like, let's soak up the unused IP that like
true.
Disney hasn't touched on, or Warner Brothers hasn't grabbed yet. Let's start planning for the next generation of IP. Yeah. Like we talked about it, what was it, like last week or something, that was it Vicious Circle got picked up and is going to be like a series or something like that. So yeah, I could see everybody starting to look towards these smaller
Right.
companies that may have good IP that hasn't been soaked up yet. So
Yeah, that they can make their
Interesting.
own. I could see that. That could make some money.
Mhm,
But and
mhm.
do you think Boom Studios is going to be at San Diego Comic-Con?
They might be.
Maybe.
Yeah.
And if they are, get your deodorant ready because it's Comic-Con time. We are just a week away from San Diego Comic-Con, and we have panel details. Some of the things people are most excited to see are like the experience, FX, the Bear experience, Hulu's Anna Mayhem walkthrough experience, ABC's Abbott Elementary, and the rookie panels on Saturday. And then there's the big Marvel panel on Saturday. Marvel's back. All these cool activations are back. This feels like Comic-Con is back because there's like
Yeah.
huge amounts of money going into this. So let's see. Aside from the Penguin panel, not Penguin Random House, but the DC Penguin, there's like no big DC announcement panel.
Well, so on Saturday there's actually a to be announced at like 6:00 on Saturday.
It was for Thursday.
Or for Thursday. That was what it was. Yeah.
And that's a tease because we got more later, but some of the standouts so Thursday there's going to be a Transformers 1 panel, SpongeBob celebrating 25 years, first look at Peacock's horror thriller Teacup, Disney's Percy Jackson and the Olympians, which this is awesome. That's good.
I love that show.
I know, me
want
too.
more.
Paramount's TMNT is going to get a panel. Peacock's Gladiator Epic, which I just saw a tease for, is pretty good. Those About to Die, that looks epic. Jonathan Frakes, #1, unveils Arthur C. Clarke's Venus Prime TV series. So there's new content coming. Friday, The Boys is getting a panel with Eric Kripke, and this is going to be after the season finale. So it'll be interesting to see that panel or hear what that panel has to say.
Is it going to be one of those panels? Do you think that's going to be like the first 4 rows are just going to get bloody?
Maybe
like a SeaWorld experience type thing?
That would be kind of funny. Like a Homelander comes out and just zaps everybody's heads by
everybody
accident.
just gets, it's like first 4 rows, you're going to get wet.
Yeah, like he sneezes. He sneezes and zaps everybody's head off.
But
so
the difference is that he's not just like, oh shit, sorry. You know, he's just like, whatever.
He's going to be like, nerds, doesn't matter. Lord of the Rings, Rings of Power Season 2 is getting a panel. Into the Who-verse. Who-universe.
Yeah.
Who-universe. A Doctor Who panel is coming. Let's see. Adapting fan favorites. A conversation with Prime Video's adult animation creators. This is interesting. Robert Kirkman did Invincible. Vivian Medrano, Has Been Hotel, which is pretty huge.
Huge, yeah. There's a lot of people cosplaying from Has Been Hotel.
Travis Willingham, The Legend of Vox Machina, which is amazing.
Machina.
Machina. 20th Century Studios Alien Romulus is getting a panel. Dexter Original Sin is getting a panel. And Harley Quinn. So this is DC's doing just this specific. Harley Quinn and Kite Man, hell yeah, are getting a panel. Hell yeah.
Hell yeah.
Hell yeah. Did you guys see the trailer for that? It's
yes,
awesome.
we watched it on the show.
Oh my gosh. I love Kite Man. Okay, sorry, go ahead.
So awesome. So awesome. So that's Friday. Saturday, My Adventures of Superman getting a panel. All right.
And a screening.
Mm-hmm. Simpsons getting a panel. Let's see. Berserker.
That's Boom. So that so Boom
and
will
Keanu. So I bet Keanu shows up. The Immortal Saga Unleashed. Star Trek Universe is getting a panel, which is nice. So Paramount is going all in on this, and I think we have more later from Paramount.
I was gonna say, we have something else on them. So
Batman Cape Crusader is getting a panel. It's weird. DC has all these separate panels.
Yeah.
But like no huge announcements. This is like really kind of like teases and trailers for what we know is coming, but no like future looking huge panel like what Marvel's gonna do. Speaking of Marvel, Marvel is taking the front and center, like the hot seat when it comes to Hall H.
Yep.
So they're booked up. And then I think they're wrapping Saturday with a Kevin Smith panel. All right, cool.
Which is always fun. I mean, Kevin Smith always has fun panels with all that stuff.
Yeah. So once we get all the announcements,
before you say this line, you have to do it in your best narrator voice. Now that you know what the narrator sounds like.
Okay. Next time, we'll get you all the details on the next episode of Distance Nerding.
Which is great. We actually got the narrator to say he did it in the narrator voice.
Oh, that's awesome.
Next time on Distance Nerding. I'd have to start putting that on every episode, like on the end of every episode.
Is Say Wong watching?
Say Wong, if you're still in the chat, blink 3 times.
Yeah. In case Say Wong is watching or listening, Crunchyroll is set to return to the West Coast to take San Diego Comic-Con by storm, along with some big announcements. The streaming service has revealed some major concerts announcements that will be available for Comic-Con ticket holders. The first will feature Lisa, the singer responsible for legendary anime tracks from Demon Slayer, Sword Art Online, and My Hero Academia. Let's see, on Friday night, ahead of the North American theatrical debut of global J-pop sensation Lisa's concert film, Live is Smile Always Lander. Live is Smile Always Lander. That's what it is, I guess.
Okay.
On August 17th, the iconic voice behind the countless hit anime themes will perform in the U.S. for the first time in 10 years.
I like how
that's about as long as they get the Panda for in San Diego.
I like how everything that's written, like her whole like syntax and the way that she writes things on here is awful. Is not exactly. I'm going further than that. It's like troll.
English is not her first language, everyone.
No, but it's not that. It's like, it's got like the random small eyes and small letters and stuff like that. Like it's the SpongeBob troll.
Yeah, it's the camel.
Divergency.
It's like camel notation on crack. It bugs me.
This is ridiculous. I can't believe you guys are doing this. I do not approve this.
The second focus is on the Straw Hat Pirates, and brings One Piece's symphonic voyage to the States. Setting sail on Saturday, August 27th, the One Piece 25th anniversary symphonic voyage with the 40-plus piece San Diego Symphony will transport concertgoers on a 90-minute long immersive voyage combining emotional soundscapes and aerial pyrotechnics based on some of the most memorable moments from One Piece. The epic series, created by Ichiro Oda and produced by Toei Animation, now anime's longest running global phenomenon. Interesting. So Yatsa, insert stereotypical peace sign and anime style pose here.
I'm gonna go all Korean and I'm gonna do this.
Yeah, there you go.
The pose I do as Deadpool.
There you go.
Exactly.
I love all this Comic-Con news. This is good.
Yeah.
Let's keep it going.
So Chris Neal's in the chat right now, and he said Kevin Smith for the win. Hey baby, have you ever had your asshole licked by a fat man in an overcoat? Yeah.
Yeah. We
And then I just
talk about that.
I put in the chat, I want to sing a line from Berserker, but that might get us that might take it too far and we'll just lose some listeners.
Yeah. SDC is going Paramount. Or Paramount is going SDCC. Either way, we mentioned some of the panels they're doing. Let's talk about activations. I'm not really sure I know what activations are, but I'm going to continue on this, and then you guys can just let me know if I'm right or not. Paramount Plus is boldly going where it has gone before several times, and we're not talking to a bathhouse. The streamer series now.
Well, that you said the steamer right after a bath.
I did. And then I was like, nope, the streamer announced its return to San Diego Comic-Con after Paramount Pictures was the only, that's ONLY, movie studio to beam into last year's pop culture confab. I see what we're doing here. It's subtle, but I see it. Again, the panel, Star Wars universe, including Star Wars.
I was gonna fix that in post. I was gonna let it go. But you got it.
Star Trek universe, including Star Trek series Strange New Worlds, Lower Decks, Starfleet Academy, and the upcoming Paramount Plus exclusive movie Star Trek Section 3. I'm doing this because if Shadu ever sees this, I will never live it down and he will be so mad at me. Paramount Plus will also tout its new Nickelodeon animated series, Tales of the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles.
Yeah.
And Showtime's Dexter prequel series, Original Sin. Paramount Plus also announced a series of SDCC activations throughout the convention. At the new Star Trek Menagerie booth, number 3529, you guys need to get the map to know where 3529 is. It can be very confusing. Please consult your maps. On the convention floor, fans can participate in an immersive photo opportunity and get an up-close look at creatures and specimens from the Star Trek universe shows. At Paramount Plus's The Lodge, returning to San Diego's Gaslamp District for its second year. The Gaslamp District is beautiful.
Yeah.
There's not a lot of wind, really, when you get into the Gaslamp District. There's a lot of like iron rod looking stuff, and it's nice. And the bars are good. It's really nice. There are gas lamps there, hence the name. Guests can participate in immersive activations inspired by such Paramount brands as Star Trek, SpongeBob SquarePants, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, CBS Ghosts, CBS Sports, The If Movie, and Paramount Plus exclusive series Tulsa King.
Oh, look at that.
Criminal Minds Evolution, and Ink Master. Yeah, Tulsa King is filmed in Oklahoma. Step onto a Star Trek starship, explore Bikini Bottom's jellyfish fields. Why couldn't they do the burger place? Why couldn't they do the burger place?
Krusty Krab.
Be paired with your own imaginary friend from If. Well, crap. I want to go now. Or grab a slice with the heroes in a half shell at the TMNT themed pizza parlor. Now I don't. When the Lodge takes over the Happy Does Bar at 340 5th Avenue, San Diego, California, 92101 on July 24th from 6 to 10 p.m., July 25th through the 27th from 12 to 10 p.m. So basically it's noon to 10, people. So once you're done on the floor, on the actual like Comic-Con floor, go ahead and go to 340 5th Avenue, hang out there for a couple hours, and then go home. And July 28th, 10 a.m. to 7 p.m. Admission is free and no Comic-Con badge is required to enter, but a reservation system is in place. There will be a standby line daily if no reservations are available. Fans can take part in a citywide digital scavenger hunt via www.paramountpassport.com. Once registered, guests can visit all 7 activation sites to scan an item and receive a passport stamp they can redeem for limited edition prizes at Paramount Plus's The Lodge. The passport is not an official SDCC activation. Therefore, no badge is required for participation. Now I want to go to SDCC. I do, but apparently you don't even have to go to the con to be able to do this.
But this is the hook. So there's like 7 different points on the scavenger hunt. 2 of those are on the exhibit floor of SDCC, though. That's the thing. Like, so, yeah, you can do the scavenger hunt, but you can't unless you have a badge. You can get 5 out of the 7, so you might not get a prize.
Or you have friends that have a badge.
Or you have friends in low places and can get you a badge. Because, like I think the SpongeBob thing is on the exhibit floor. So it's not like you can walk in without your badge. But this is what I love cool stuff like this. You know, like let's get immersed. Let's do activations and experiences, you know, and kind of take, you know, fandom to the next level.
That's what you want at San Diego Comic-Con.
Yeah.
You want once in a lifetime
experience. Yeah.
Comic Con experience because it is the preeminent Comic Con.
Now, when you would work SDCC, were there activations like this or
No, it wasn't as big as it is now. It wasn't we didn't have the whole venue. They actually it got bigger, and the last year I did it, all of the halls were open, and and they had like you could have a panel. Like some of the fans of CrossGen, we had our own like CrossGen group, and we had a panel that had CrossGen comic book creators in it. And so I did a panel at San Diego Comic Con.
Oh, look at you!
It was one of those. Yeah, so
that's awesome.
Odd, but but there weren't like huge stars or anything. It was like back when Ben Affleck was Daredevil kind of thing.
That's not that long ago.
Yeah, but I mean that's when I worked it, so but I got to go everywhere.
Exactly. That's cool.
Went everywhere. It was kind of cool. But that's how I know the Gaslamp District, and we used to go there and we'd see people all the time. So
that's awesome. I think our buddies over at SAG Geeks, I think they actually have a San Diego Comic-Con panel this year. I don't know the specific topic, but I know they got approved for it. So it might have to do with cosplay. I'll have to go check with Bex, but
yeah, they're really good. Like I'd always like when I was working at for Exhibitor, they were always really good about like they had fans do panels and stuff. Like it wasn't that hard to get a panel. Now I don't know about now because it's so like it's huge now, but they have all the panel rooms because they have the whole venue now, and there's tons of panel rooms. So
yeah, exactly.
Anyway,
awesome.
Well, with that on there, of course, man, what we've all, and by all I mean me, nobody else, have been waiting for. Marvel Studios has announced that they will be holding a special Deadpool and Wolverine event on Thursday night at Comic-Con. It's called Marvel Studios, the Ultimate Deadpool and Wolverine Celebration of Life. And while they don't say it, it's sure to be screening of the full film since it opens in theaters that night.
So this is that Thursday 6:30 Hall H panel. The mystery
Hall H is actually bigger than a movie theater.
Yeah. I don't know why they don't do it there, but okay. Maybe the full experience.
They can get, there's a huge, if the movie theater's still there, but there's a huge movie theater in downtown that is amazing. So that's probably why they do it there.
So Kevin Feige said, I think people know we're going to be there on Saturday for our traditional Hall H panel with a lot of fun stuff to look at about our upcoming movies. But what I don't think people know is what we're also going to be in Hall H on Thursday for the first time ever. Marvel Studios is going to be in Hall H twice during Comic-Con. Thursday, of course, is the opening of Deadpool and Wolverine, so we're going to be doing a fun Deadpool panel in Hall H to commemorate the opening. Sean Levy, Hugh Jackman, Ryan Reynolds, and I, being Kevin Feige, will be there.
Wow.
We build movie schedules oftentimes, and obviously the pandemic and the strike that threw a wrench into it for a few years. But we're able this time to get back to literally designing our film schedules around what we would have ready to show at Comic-Con to announce and set the expectations and the tonality of what's to come over the next couple of years. And that starts in Hall H. So
he really likes tonality right now.
He loves tonality.
So here's again, this is the joke I was talking about earlier. I think you guys are genius for writing. So and I know this is a James joke because it's,
I was gonna say this is all James.
This is such a self-deprecating joke, and I love it. Right?
Do you want James to like say it?
Oh no, I'm gonna say it. So guys, don't feel bad for me. Tickets for the Thursday, once in a lifetime. Can't miss it if you're a real Deadpool fan and not some hacking in a unicorn onesie event. Are now sold out. You're very welcome. No, what's funny about that joke is there's nothing in that joke that I wouldn't say about myself. So
yeah.
I would call myself a hack in a unicorn onesie. So I mean, like, fine, it's all right.
Well,
Hey, at
I
least
mean,
you.
and it's also on brand for you.
It's very on brand for me. Oh man.
So what are you wearing under that unicorn onesie? Are you wearing any specific sort of shirt? Are you wearing a hat? Maybe
I am. No. I'm wearing something very, very, very specific under my costume. You want to know what it is?
I do.
Are you
Uh,
Commando?
no. I'm actually not. I'm wearing a distance nerding shirt because, ladies and gentlemen, we got merch, people.
All righty. We don't have hat for $35 because all the hats are sold out. Though I have been talking with our buddy Eric Ruiz,
Oh,
Mhm.
who has a print company.
Mhm.
We should put this in starting rumors. We may be getting hats back. We may be getting some more hats.
we
And
might
they're
have
a
people.
little bit different, but we may be getting hats. But until then, we got shirts, people.
We got shirts, people.
And so can you have shirts, people. Just DM us at Distance Nerding on Instagram and let us know how many you're looking for, what sizes you're looking for. If you want the black logo shirt or the charcoal gray, is Galaxy gray? Charcoal gray?
I thought it was Galaxy Gray.
Galaxy gray. No,
Yeah, it's
The
not charcoal.
the hat is Galaxy gray.
It's gray. It's like traditional gray.
Traditional Galaxy Heather gray.
It's not
Gray.
heather.
It's not
Heather's-
Heather's.
Heather's
Not
the
heather
name.
gray.
Heather's the name of an ex-girlfriend I had in high school.
And it's also not that color.
Learning a lot about young Phil this episode.
It really pisses me off to no end.
So let us know how many, what style you want, what sizes you want. They're $20 if you're local, $25 if we got to ship it to you. Come get those shirts, people.
Exactly. Get the shirts because those shirts are great. They're comfortable, and we need more people to wear them.
Mhm,
I
mhm.
love mine. I have one of each, and I love them both.
And
I got mine.
Jahmez
Look at
right
mine.
now.
Look at me.
Yeah,
Look at
yeah,
me.
yeah.
I ain't got a shirt on. I'm representing, unlike young Phil, who wears Golden Girl shirts all the time.
I do. There's nothing wrong
I'm
with it.
wearing a Bucky's Colorado shirt.
I'm wearing a shirt that says, "In my defense, I was left unsupervised."
I don't know why we leave you unsupervised so often. That's our fault. That's our bad.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
That's our
You know who's more well
That's
behaved
a
than
me
me is
Baka.
Kimo. Kimo's a lot more well behaved than I am.
That is true.
Let's talk schedules, people. So Mondays, game streams on Twitch from 8 to 12. And of course, I didn't do one this past Monday because I had to switch my Saturday schedule for a Monday schedule so that I could go to the con
And
eat. But from 8 to 12, typically I am playing right now. I'm playing Mad Max on the game from a couple years ago. It is a great game. It's a lot of fun. When Borderlands comes out soon, I'm probably going to play run through Borderlands 3.
Yeah.
Just why not? It's a fun game.
All I'm thinking about is the Madonna song Borderline right now. So whatever.
Tuesdays, the show you're watching right now. We went super late today, but the Tuesdays, the show we're watching right now, the download from 6:30 to 8:30. Typically, we run through the news, we run through the rumors, do trailer reactions, fun stuff.
Little therapy, you know.
Exactly, it really is. Thursdays is my real therapy day. Thursdays is the build where I build Lego on screen, and we typically talk to some kind of guest, or we do a bracket or something like that. This week's guest is Larry Hankin, who is the he's been in almost anything that you've seen. He plays like an old crazy guy in a lot of movies, but probably most famous for the downstairs neighbor on Friends.
Cool.
So he will be on the show this Thursday.
Wait, is he the one that like came up in his underwear?
I think he did in an episode.
Okay.
By the way, we met Stephen Yu in person
Yes.
at Silver Age Comic Con. Such a
Yay!
cool dude.
He was
It-
so fun.
I don't know if that was his wife or girlfriend, but she was super cool too. It was awesome meeting them. They went out to dinner with Sketchy Guy, another buddy who's been on the show. Went out to dinner with Nathan from Godslayers.
Mhm.
They were all like this little pack of artists.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I know who that is.
Yeah.
Oh my God, you guys got him?
Yeah.
That's pretty fucking cool. Sorry. Go ahead, James.
No, that I was just sharing that.
Yeah.
Stephen, you good guy.
He was fun. He stayed the whole time. We wound up talking for 2 hours.
Yeah.
on the panel.
You could have come to Reno. You know how you're like, I don't want to go to Nevada in the middle of the summer because it's going to be so hot.
It rained, so it wasn't that hot.
Rained while we were there. You could have come hang out in the rain.
Yeah.
Anyway, okay.
Anyways, so that is it for our schedule.
You all tell me on Tuesday.
Yeah, I know,
after
right?
that.
Hey, we told you to come multiple times. Shout out to Scott Zillner that just jumped into the chat on Instagram.
Hi, Scott.
Oh, Scott Zillner. Okay, shout out to Power Morphin Comic Con coming right up. Oh, we got to talk about that.
Man, I feel like I've just like alienated half of our audience, and especially the DeLongs, because they're like, "Yeah, Frey." They're
Oh
like,
my
"Yeah,
goodness.
come."
Shout out to Scott Zillner, who we got to get on the show soon because I want to talk to him about all his different projects, including Power Morphin Con.
Yeah,
we should get Bex on the show too. But yeah, we'll talk more about Power Morphin Con with Scott soon.
So the build on Thursdays, 6 to 8. Huh?
I'm actually moving on to Frey's most favorite part of the show, aka the part that she hates the most.
I've like done something weird, like I don't know what I did.
Let's plug your hair.
Let's plug your hair.
There.
Not hair plugs, just plug your hair.
Woohoo! All right, it's not hair plugs. It's not a toupee.
No,
it's a hair system.
What you need is a scrunchie and keep your hair out like that, and that's probably one of the most 80s things you've done on the show.
Good callback. That was a good callback. Okay.
Berry Pebbles. Okay.
It's on the screen.
It's on the screen. It's me. It's me, Frayo. That doesn't make sense. Hi, it's Jenn from Frey Comics. You can see me here on Tuesdays. Sometimes I'm on the build on Thursdays. Occasionally I just pop in, apparently. And then I also have my own channel at Frey Girl on YouTube. I'm also on TikTok, Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, Blue Sky. And yeah, at Frey Girl, Frey Comics, it's me. Yeah. And then Gal, one of the corgis, she has her own Instagram and TikTok as well. If you would like to follow her. She is much cuter than I am. So there's that.
Lies.
I do shows with Shadu on my channel. One of them is called Classified. It's where we take your favorite fandoms and classify them into Dungeons and Dragons classifications. And then we have a sister show that we just wrapped up called Journals of the Classes, and explains all of the classes for Dungeons and Dragons and their subclasses. We are getting ready to start another sister show called Journals of the Races, I think. And that's going to be just the different types of people in Dungeons and Dragons that you can play. Continuing on with Classified. And eventually I'll get to origin stories. So that's something that's going on too. I'm also on Kyber Cave Productions for New Order and the Nerd Out when it comes back on Saturdays.
Eventually.
Coming soon.
So much going on. That's awesome. I like it. Sorry.
Yeah, and I still have time to look like this.
Hey, I don't mean to toot our own horn, but we got the phenomenal Scott Zillner, jumping into the Instagram chat. That's really cool. He's a personality. He's putting on cons. It's awesome. Brian Volkwise is liking our messages and talking to us on Instagram too. I'm just saying we're kind of a big deal these days.
I wish we
Okay,
were
big deal. Let's
I
get
think
going.
it's my hair.
You've got a line, James.
Oh, sorry. Have something you want to discuss besides my hair? Tell us what you're nerding out on and make sure to let us know in the Facebook group, the Distance Nerdington Post.
Now, ladies and gentlemen, it is very easy if you want to support the team, support Distance Nerding, support all the things that we do. All you got to do is head over to distancenerding.com and click on that button at the top of the screen. It says buy us a taco, and you can join the taco party. Join the taco party. That's right, ladies and gentlemen. You can be one of the other people out there that joins the taco party and gets us a taco, and it helps support the show and helps us get out to more shows and do more fun things. We need to do more trivia. Honestly, we haven't this weekend's events just showed me I need to do more trivia and give out more prizes to like regular other events. But that's how we were able to do things like that, guys, is all through your support. And that's how we continue to try and entertain everybody that listens to this show. We can't do it without you guys. We won't do it without you guys. And, that's the reason we continue to do it. So
Don't tell anyone, but we kind of like you guys.
we kind of like all of you guys. So, of course, thank you so much. Lawrence says we're always a big deal and he loves us. We love you too, bro. You can connect with us on all of the social media places at the I didn't realize that was off screen. All the social media places: Instagram, Facebook, Twitter. It's not X. It's never going to be X. It's Twitter. Twitch, TikTok, Threads, YouTube, Discord, MySpace, Vine, GeoCities, Friendster, Second Life, AIM, Farmers Only, Christian Mingle, OnlyFans. It's only pictures of Aaron Watson's feet and mandals, the beard, and James's glasses, just sitting on a table, judging the living shit out of you, just judging you, judging all your moves, everything you're doing, and apparently my voice doing some type of weird ASMR shit while we look at his glasses. So,
do you need some vocal fry? Because I can totally vocal fry for you.
Do some vamping at Distance Nerding. And of course, if you'd like us to break up with your boyfriend, girlfriend, significant other, pet, schoolyard bully, annoying neighbor, or just tell us how much you enjoy us, hate us, or wish the internet would consume us and spit us out in front of the apparent fangirl club that James is jealous that I have.
Anything.
At Dist.
I do like this graphic. Did you change it finally?
I did actually finally do it. So actually, look, this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to take it off the screen for a second. And what I did is this.
Okay. I like it.
Yeah, Dist.
Speaking of spitting out, don't forget to clean those dirty vibrators, everybody. PSA. Back.
And don't while they're angry.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Don't let those.
And don't tell them to calm down, because a dirty, angry vibrator will not calm down if you tell it that.
They will take offense to that.
Yes.
They absolutely will. It's nerding at AOL.com, and we will read it live on air. So, ladies and gentlemen, that is it from us today. Whew, it is now
I'm
time.
just glad that you both actually read what's on when I change my name all the time. I'm just glad you read it. That's all I gotta say.
Yeah, because James doesn't really change his. Mine changes every week. So you saw what mine is, right?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Yeah. Which actually does describe.
Game recognizes game.
Yeah, like that 100% describes me as a person. Wholesome yet rated R.
Well, I'm gonna say mine does not. I don't shake like an angry vibrator.
I actually think your names should be switched, and that would make a lot more sense.
Wholesome yet R-rated. Yeah. Okay. All right.
Yeah, look at him. See? Look at him. It's all on the W, shaking. Shaken. And on that note, thanks and keep nerding together.
What I love about that is the listeners later on the show are going to just hear, and there he goes, and then now I want to know what he looks like as an angry vibrator.
Just picture the guy from Impractical Joker.
Yeah.
Just make your way to YouTube and watch the video at the end and watch this weird. All right, it's
this
time.
Could have been a very R-rated dance party if we had the right.
Be rated like what is it? Not NC-17. No, NC-17.
It would be NC-17 if we put a dildo on the screen. Oh, and she said that she snorted. Oh, that's right. DeLong, he said it's ex-Twitter, meaning that it used to be Twitter.
Yeah.
All right, let's get this dance party going.
I'm gonna angry shake.
Wait.
Bunch of crunch.
It's X-Force waiting.
Angry shake. Angry shake.
Would you call that a vibration?
Distance nerding.
It's a bunch of crunches and angry vibrator.
Close your mouth.
That's where you put your angry vibrator.
How did I chip my tooth?
See everybody on Thursday.